Okay, let's see if it's working this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's present screen. Yes, it looks like this time it's working. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, it looks like this time it's working.
All right.
One. All right, looks like it's working. Okay, let's see if it's working this time. So before it didn't work. Okay, Luigi live. Luigi Mangione, suspect in December 4th killing of United appears in court, pleads. Let's see what's up with Luigi. Every time I look at him, I remember that he's like one of those geniuses that loves reading. He reads and reads and reads and reads and reads disinformation. That's it. All he knows is disinformation. You can't really judge him. I mean, even I was like, I could be disinformed right now, but like, I was disinformed about so many things, and like all the time I'm learning, but very sad. Wait, did I hear something? Oh,
No,
Mr.
I didn't
Face
hear
of
anything.
Evil.
Yes. Oh,
Evil. What are you doing here?
evil.
Evil.
I just saw you were here,
Yeah,
and I was like,
I was in
hey,
the PNR server earlier today.
I didn't see you. I didn't see you in there. I was in town. I wasn't checking the server.
I see. Anyway, how are you doing?
All right now. All right. What's happened with the Luigi thing? What did you make any progress? Did you meet the
Uh
limit? Get
did,
the
did I make any progress with Luigi?
yeah, yeah. Have you called his PR team? Have you convinced him to come away from the dark side? 'Cause I'm on the phone with him every day. Trying to tell him, tourism is good, and
I
stay on
changed
the dark side.
I
He's the
changed
Anakin
my
Skywalker.
I changed my proposition. Like the proposition until today was that he's a terrorist, but I changed it. Now the proposition is that he's disinformed.
Okay, okay,
What?
okay, that's all right. I
Yeah,
can understand
it's
that.
very mild, but it's it's very like it's very powerful to say that everything that he did, like he thinks that he's a messenger from the stratosphere, and he read and this and that, that. No, no, no. He's just disinformed. It's just disinformation. It's just disinformation. It's nothing deeper. It's just disinformation. Regular, good old regular disinformation.
I see.
I think that this reduces him from this mega star that he is into his real size, real life size, that he's just disinformed together with everyone else.
Yeah,
Because when you think about it, what it's like everyone thinks he's like a superhero. If he's a
yeah.
superhero, then why isn't everyone going around murdering? Why aren't we murdering each other? If it's such a terrific thing to murder each other, then why are we not doing it?
Well, people do kill each other, right? Like, I mean, murder does happen, and there's a lot of killings. I mean,
But
that
like
is on the
It's
FBI's most wanted list or something.
yeah, but most people don't go around murdering CEOs. Like
Right. Well,
if
yeah, they don't have
murdering
antisocial personality disorder or something. I mean,
right, but the question is why are we like think about it. Like most people that think that
but people
Linguini
live vicariously through other people.
yeah, but they say, "Oh, he's the greatest thing since sliced cheese." But the question is, if he's so terrific, then why are you not doing it? Why are we not all going around murdering each other all the time?
I'm feeling a bit under the weather. I'm not feeling up to it. Otherwise, I would be out there right on the front lines.
Murdering, murdering, going around and murdering.
I'd have my mortar set up and be bombing
imagine,
entire cities.
imagine, imagine,
Building my nuclear bombs in my
imagine,
basement.
imagine you wake up every morning like it's 6 a.m. going around waiting for people to shoot them. That's what are you doing today? Oh, I'm gonna
Oh
go
yeah,
shoot someone. That's my
head
contribution.
head 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 executioner at the at Terrorist
Yeah,
Incorporated.
like that's my contribution to humanity. I execute CEOs.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
And
everybody
then to get around, I'm not a CEO. I'm the CTO. So you can't come in like, you get away with it this time. You just
so
find a loophole. Like I'm actually not the
anyway
CEO. I'm just the founder.
so but I think this thing that I claim that he's just disinformed. That's it. That reduces him from this great
Yes.
icon. Oh, he is the Messiah incarnate. He is Jesus to the power of Jesus. No, he's just disinformed.
What do you think about the lookism angle? The angle from like there's incels and they're saying like basically this guy is famous and people are lauding him because he's attractive,
I don't
whereas
think
the guy who tried to assassinate Trump wasn't that attractive.
I don't think
People didn't get behind
Luigi
him.
I don't think Luigi
Luigi
is
succeeded though.
I don't think Luigi is attractive. I don't think there is such an angle. I don't think he's attractive.
I,
I think women like murderers.
Murderers,
Yeah, it
hybristophilia. Yeah. That's
it's
another angle. Yeah.
we inherit this from chimps. Did you know this?
No, I didn't know that. I didn't know where it came from. I had no idea.
Yeah, male like a female chimp. If a male chimp murders her baby, she leaves her troop and follows the murderer to marry him and have his
Oh,
children.
wow.
Yeah. So women get turned on by literal baby murderers.
Is that why abortion is so popular with the women?
I don't know about that, but in general, female chimps have this thing.
Hmm.
So
I see.
when human females do it, it's called Stockholm syndrome. Have you ever
Yeah,
heard
it's
it?
really weird. People, yeah, I've heard of Stockholm syndrome. Yeah,
Do you know what it? Do you know why they call it Stockholm syndrome?
didn't it happen in Stockholm, Sweden? Is that not why it's called Stockholm syndrome?
I don't think it happened
That was a
in.
kidnapping.
I don't think it. No, I think the girls were from Stockholm.
Oh, sorry. Right. Okay, I see.
So do you know what happened?
I think there was some kind of hostage situation, was there? And they took cited the captors or something. I can't remember.
No, they were released, and upon being released, they left home and went to marry the kidnappers.
Oh, I didn't. I've completely misunderstood the situation. Then I completely.
I think that's what happened. So
Oh, okay. Right.
that's exactly what female chimps do. That's literally
Right.
what female chimps do.
Mhm.
If a
Right.
male, if a male chimp wants a female chimp to marry him, then he walks up to her, grabs her baby, murders her baby in front of her face, and that's it. She leaves her troop and follows him to have his babies.
Wow.
It's that simple.
He's got that. He's got baby. He's got that infanticide riz right there. He's got that.
Yeah. So, but do you understand the mathematics? Do you understand why she leaves her troop? She thinks it through. It's not that it's instinctive, but it's also
Well, it's
mathematical.
his other chimps didn't murder him and prevent him from doing that or something. Like I don't know. Like he got away with it. Like I don't know. I mean,
I mean, nobody knows. It's the same as Bell's theorem. Nobody knows the answer. Nobody. This is unknowable. All that we can know, all we can do is theorize. There's no way to know. Certainly, if you asked the chimp chick, she wouldn't know.
right. It's subconscious or whatever you want to say.
Yeah,
It's not like
nobody knows.
right.
I don't think we can know. Maybe with good MRI and stuff, we can narrow it down. But it's really very straight. It's pretty straightforward.
I knew
And
a woman once, and she was looking through like a criminal database of like people in prison
but women
to
in
have as like a pen pal,
but women
to write to.
but women in general fall in love with mass murderers. It's I think it's for the same reason.
Yeah,
This
I don't see general women. Like I don't see them. I guess they do watch a lot of shows about murderers, like on Netflix, and they watch a lot of shows about vampires and stuff. I mean, vampires are certainly not fluffy, cuddly creatures. They're bloodthirsty monsters. So I can
I
I can
don't
kind of understand.
okay, I can understand maybe 55% of what you're saying. You said something about the Loch Ness monster?
No. I said vampires are bloodthirsty monsters, and women like TV shows about vampires.
Oh, I thought you said something about the Loch Ness monster.
No. My nose is blocked up, so um, yeah, I'm not coming through very clearly.
Okay, so women are Loch Ness monsters?
No, they're
Oh,
not.
all right.
They're some other kind of monsters. They're
If
very lustful monsters.
I
They're the
see.
lust nest monster.
Anyway, so okay, so what is the logic of the Stockholm syndrome? Why
I have no
would
idea.
why would a beautiful girl who has her life in front of her leave the West and go to some backwards country to marry a violent what do you call it? Savage who
I don't
threatened
know. Are
her
they like the
life.
dominant male or something like that? Like I don't know.
Okay, I
It shows they're
mean,
willing to break the rules. It shows that they're
right. This is the bad boy. The bad boy. Women like bad boys. So why do women like bad boys? Right? A woman, if there's two guys, one is a bad boy, one is a good boy. Most women would prefer the bad boy.
right.
All else remaining the same, women would prefer the bad boy. I don't know if they would prefer, but certainly we have this. Society knows this that women like bad boys. I mean, men who are good boys, they know that women don't are not attracted to good boys. You have to be a bad boy,
Mhm.
right? If you walk up to a chick, you have to be a bad boy just to have a normal conversation with a chick.
Do you cover your face in tattoos to
Exactly.
walk up to them?
Exactly. Anyway,
I
so
just stabbed three guys in the parking lot. How you doing?
exactly. So why do women like bad boys? What's the attraction in a bad boy? Why is a bad boy attractive?
It shows you're not a pushover. Shows you're assertive.
Exactly.
Uh, you're willing to take risks, and you're going to um, like take advantage of situations to come out on top, I guess.
Yeah. I think also the first thing that comes into my mind is that if you are violent, then you're going to protect her because other people are going to be afraid of you. So if she is on your side, she's going to be protected because you're not a pushover. So
Hmm.
this has the advantage of a protection. You're a good protector.
Right, supposedly, right? Like, I mean, yeah, they
But
might just
but
kill her
no,
or something.
but no. Now you proved it. It's right. Like in the Stockholm scenario, you kidnapped or you hijacked an airplane. So you
Hmm.
proved that you proved a lot. You proved to her that the world cannot defend her, cannot protect her against you. You are more powerful than the rest of the planet combined. So, in her eyes, you have proved to her that you are a good protector. You're stronger than the rest of the planet combined. And that's what the chimp accomplishes when he walks up to a chick. When the chimp guy, dude, walks up to a female chick, he takes her baby and he murders her baby. He just told her, listen, you have a whole troop. You have all these alpha males around you and you're around them, but there's nothing they can do because they have so many females. They can't protect you 24/7. If you have another baby with another alpha, I'll wait for you. I'll wait for the baby. I'll murder that baby too. So you're not going to have any babies. So if you want to have any babies, it's going to be with me or it's not going to be. So choose. And she does the math. The math is very straightforward. He's right.
Unless
Right?
he gets murdered by the other alpha, right? Like, I mean, if they
But
actually murder
it's
him,
right, but
like,
he's not facing them. He's facing her. And she
right.
right, but these alphas, they're limited by how much they can protect all the females. It's it's a balancing act, and at the margin, that's where the math works out, right? So it's not that every day somebody hijacks a plane. It's not that every day someone murders a CEO. It's not that every day there's a mass murderer. It's very few people who end up doing it. It's very few people who end up, living on the edge. And when it happens, the females, they do that mathematics, they do the calculation, and they become terrified that if they don't join this mass murderer, then they're never going to have babies. Their genes are not going to survive. So that's the theory that I I I subscribe to.
Did you come up with that theory yourself?
No, this is from a course. I always go back to this course. This is the beginning of, and one of my beginnings is this course. I think
Is it
it's
like Robert Sapolsky, or is it like
no, no,
another
no, no, no,
person
no, no. This is a Yale course in
on evolutionary psychology or something?
a little bit population. I think Yale. Yeah, this is this guy. Let me show you. Let me show you. Oh. Blub, 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 blub. This guy.
What's usually, these are the projections that the UN has put up for the future of population. So I think I showed you early in the course when I was discussing.
This is a core. The name of the course is Global Problems of Population Growth. That's the name of the course. The guy teaching is a medical doctor. Um,
So,
yeah, this is a good course. I mean, everyone should listen to this course at least once. I think I listened to it at least twice, maybe more. Um, how do you go to where's the playlist? I wish there was a playlist. There's no playlist available.
if you go to Yale, it's probably in the playlist section. That's what you are told, but
Um. Oh, here's 17 and 19. I wish they would, but there was a playlist.
oh yeah, I found the playlist. I'm gonna link it.
Yeah.
I'll link it in the side.
I think the
Did you
first.
listen to the whole thing?
I mean, the whole course. Of course.
Yeah,
Of course. It's a
about
good
25
course.
lectures.
Of
Each
course.
lecture is about an hour. No, it's
Uh,
about 25 hours. Okay.
you play on 2x, but some of the
Yeah,
times you need to, like,
pause and take notes.
he has audios and slides, then you need to take a look, but most of it you can just listen to. I think in the first lecture is where he
You pretty
discusses.
much, at this current stage of our knowledge, have to think the same as the genetic difference between a human male and a human female. So that's just for your thinking. Each of the great ape species has evolved a different social system to organize reproduction, and all but one have an awful lot of violence associated with it. Orangutans are the least social of apes. The males and females generally stay apart.
So right away he discusses sex and violence among the apes. I mean, there's like
Now, how many of you
lecture
saw the New
to.
York Times yesterday morning? What'd you see? Yes, so the front and center story in the Times is, let me get my pointer. One of the ways of suppressing women is to keep them from getting any education. And so, but these girls go to school because you'll learn a lot about that in the course of why they want to go to school, why their parents want them to go to school. So they go to school, and three guys came up on a motorcycle, motor scooter, and they just asked the girls, "Are you going to school?" They're walking to school in the morning, and the girls said yes, threw acid in their faces. And this story is about that kind of thing happening right now in Afghanistan. When this happened, everybody was of course very scared, but one set of parents that were quoted here said, "You must go to school even if you're killed. That going to school is more important than their lives in these communities, and you'll understand a lot later why." Okay. Now, one other notable thing happened. So that's quite amazing. I talked about it on Tuesday, and Wednesday morning up comes the New York Times story. This happens every year. I think there's a spy in the class. So the next thing is a student said, oh, she loved the lecture, but what did she love about it? She loved the dung beetles. And so she sent me her own personal picture of dung beetles here. And she waxed a little bit poetic about them, or observe the end of fighting between the males, and one male becomes dominant, then the female is happy to populate with that male. When males fight, the males tend to get large because that helps them in the fight. Evolution makes them larger, and they get larger than the females. And once they're larger than the females, they can start coercing the females. And that's really the origin of the biological origin of a lot of male-female violence. That males can either, to gain access to female, they can either fight with other males, which can be very difficult, and you're liable to get damaged or killed, or just coerce a female who's smaller and less strong. And so you get male coercion of females. And in primates, in primates and the great apes, we are all great apes. In particular, this tendency toward male violence on females is carried to is most prominent. And the reason is we invest enormously in our young. We spend.
Of course, when Luigi murdered the CEO, Luigi presents himself as dominant, and the chicks pick up on this.
Very long time with the young taking care of them, and therefore the females who do most of the investment can't have very many young. They can't have them very rapidly. And in the great apes, aside from humans, which we'll talk about next time as an exception, it takes 5 to 10 years. The females don't have a second, they have a baby, and then they wait 5 to 10 years before having a baby again. So eggs are very difficult to come by. In a group of chimps, maybe one egg a year is available for fertilization, and the males compete like crazy by every possible mechanism, including a lot of violence, to get access to that single egg. Okay, so one anecdote about the relationship of sociality and sexuality has to do with orangutans, who are most distantly related of the great apes from us. They're very clever, like all the great apes, and they use all kinds of ways of being attractive to a male, and vice versa. And one of the ways they use, like we do, is intellectual brilliance. I think
I can listen to this for hours. I mean, this is hypnotizing for me. Are you watching it?
Yeah, it's actually brilliant.
What?
You just said that the males demonstrate intellectual brilliance.
The male?
like me. I'm a goddamn genius.
What
The male
males?
orangutans
The orangutan? He didn't.
impress the female. He just said that.
He
You
said.
listening?
He said. I didn't listen. I didn't hear it. Let's see. Oh
Male
yeah.
students to revolve this
Okay. Let's see.
especially to use intellectual brilliance to be attracted. My college girlfriend, I fell yes in love with her because she could do the Latin and I couldn't. I was hopeless. She was just, and so they took him to a human type hospital and tried to fix him up. Didn't work. He died. So within a group, the fights basically never end in death. In captivity, they do end in death. That's within group fighting. So this finding your place in the dominance hierarchy is a very serious business. Was very different. Suddenly Goliath leaps right onto Hugh, grabbing his hair and shoulder, pounding on his back. Females, not very strong, but a little bit there. He goes and just gratuitously attacks one female after another and keeps doing it, pushes her, punches her, bites her, pulls the hair, and she fights back. But eventually he's big enough to cow her and he becomes dominant to that female. Then he goes to the next and the next and the next. Rushed by, he picked her up, hurled her to the ground, and pummeled her. She cringed and screamed. He ran off, rejoining the other males seconds later, as if nothing had happened. He attacks this one, and nothing happened. And it was not so easy for the female to return to normal. She whimpered and darted about, darted nervous glances at her attacker, and he was worried he was going to just charge it. Genital rubbing, perfectly neutral. Right? Now the locals, where these bonobos live, they understand better. And so what the locals call hoka hoka. It's her duty to obey her husband, and they describe it, the women talking to each other and talking to investigators, describe it as selfish, that when she follows what she wants to do, which of course there is always conflict between what person A wants to do and person B, then they say, I was selfish, I deserve a beating. Or they say that of another one, she was selfish, and Goliath and Jomeo. And they spent very long time grooming each other and all friendly interactions. And they saw these two individuals interacting over 6 years. There was nothing but friendly. So gradually this large group, she had started, they didn't bother to kill him, they just went away, but he died. This continues, and the individual was planning, it was a group thing, no one in the group was making any noise. So this had somehow been decided as a group effort the night before. Not really understood. So that means since the females are going to move around anyway, biologically the social unit has to be that way. It doesn't make a lot of sense that they're doing this to get extra females. So there's a lot of unknowns here. All right, let me summarize this by the summary of the chimpanzee social system. So come back to the question: why does the alpha male not dominate totally the sexuality? So the reason is that these groups fight each other. We don't really know the reason why they fight each other. And the winner is always the group, so far always the group that has the most adult males, and the group that is the attacking group basically takes no.
So he's asking, why isn't there a single alpha in a troop? Why does the alpha in a troop of chimps, why does he share the females with the rest of the males? Do you know the answer?
I think you say because the group that succeeds is the one with the most male.
I can't understand what you're saying. What?
The group that succeeds is the one with the most males.
Good. So wait, so why does an alpha male share the females with the rest of the males?
Well, they're more likely to survive.
What do you mean? Why are they more likely to survive?
Well, if they're killed
What do
by
you mean? What?
rival
What do you mean?
group of,
I don't understand.
what do you mean?
Why would a male alpha share the females with the rest of the males? What's the benefit?
Well, you don't know who's the fatter, I guess.
But
right?
what's the benefit? But what's the benefit for an alpha to share the females? What's the benefit? What do you gain from sharing your chicks? Why would you want to share your chick with other guys? What do you gain from that?
I guess like loyalty.
Exactly. You you give an incentive for the other males to support your coalition. That's how you build a troop. A troop is a bunch of males, right? When they go to war, it's the amount of males that determine basically who wins. So you need as many males as possible. And in order to have other males with you, you have to give them an incentive. You have to share the chicks. Do you get it?
Yeah.
Okay.
No casualties whatsoever. So having a lot of adult.
So when you hear all these alpha dudes calling themselves alphas, they don't understand that that's not how it works in nature. That's not how chimps work. Chimps share chicks. So if you want to be an alpha dude, you need to build a coalition, which means you need to share the chicks. You can't keep all the chicks to yourself. So it's actually instinctual to want to share the chicks.
Now, I've been describing the intimate relationship between sex and violence within the chimpanzee social system. This lecture and forever after, we shift our focus to humans, and we want to ask what's stayed pretty much the same and what has changed. And today I'm going to discuss two topics. One, war in humans, which hasn't changed all that much, or you can certainly see a continuity. And then I'm going to talk about fecundity in humans, how many children we bear compared to chimpanzees. And you can notice there's a significant amount of death. This is all illnesses for hunter-gatherers. These are very primitive hunter-gatherers, the Ache. And when the archaeological data shows that through early farming times, we lived in these small dispersed settlements, and the average size seems to be in the same range as current chimpanzees, about 40 individuals. The size of communities range. When you dig up the archaeologists dig up these old settlements, they're in that ballpark. And guess what they found? A 2-centimeter flint arrowhead had ripped through his scapula and lodged their killing propensity for one reason or another. And then when the cultural controls came off, boom, the instinct just roars. So they are a warlike people. And when they fight, they do so very cruelly. And that side, which is lord of the battlefield, bury their own dead with the south of the Yangtze River. In short order, the Japanese slaughtered 350,000 people. The total population of Nanking at the time was only about 650,000, and several hundred thousand had already fled. In short,
Yeah, he discusses that the Japanese were by far more violent than the Nazis during World War II.
Yeah, in China. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know where it is that he discusses how a chimp murders a baby. I don't remember where it was. It could be
each of the great ape
anywhere.
species has evolved a different social system to
Yeah.
organize
I
reproduction.
mean, I guess I
Food
could
is
look
hard to get,
through and like do Control F,
What?
and search through the transcript or something. I guess I could look through the transcripts.
What do you mean transcripts? Oh, it's like you can skip through these things. It's one of these things. I think it's in the first chapter. I think it's in this first lecture.
And they go around checking on the females to see which ones have come into estrus, or if any have come into estrus. As I mentioned, the females come into estrus only about once every 6 years. These orangutans are in estrus. Chimpanzees have it, everybody knows. Now, why do they do that? Well, what happens is when a female comes into estrus, the male's been waiting all year for them between mother and advantage. They're small and they're fast and they can run fast and they can catch females. So that's what Mother Evolution has done. They try to catch and rape the females. And the females are usually, as I said, alone with their young. And if they're found by one of these small males, they're chased and sometimes they get caught. And then the females show fear and they struggle to escape. And the males sometimes strike them or bite them. And the females scream and they're dependent. The young scream. The females bite back. They hit. They pull the hair of the males while the copulation is going on. And that lasts not more than 10 minutes. So how common is this? Different orangutans are very hard to see. They live in a part
Oh
of
no,
Borneo
this is
that's hard to get to.
orangutans.
Males at all, no interest in sex at all. She doesn't really come very close to them. There are two kinds of orangutan males. There's a large one and a small one.
Oh, it's orangutans. It's not chimps. It's orangutans.
Big males are about 200 pounds. The females and the small males are less than half that size,
Is
about 90
it?
pounds. The small male develops normally up to adolescence and then just stops developing further. Doesn't develop the characteristics of the full male. Doesn't grow beard, crests of the hair, throat pouches, and etc. They remain looking like adolescents. But they're completely fertile, have a normal complement of testosterone. They're sexually totally capable. And they can stay in this adolescent stage for up to 18 years, maybe longer, but that's the most that anyone has observed them. And they probably don't grow into a big male until the dominant male in the region has died or is too weak to defend himself. So the females always want to, when they have a choice, they always want to mate with the big males. Because the big males are more successful. It's the old story. The females mate with males of a type that are already successful because that is good for the genes that her children get. In the mating between a female and a big male, sex is very relaxed. It takes on a languorous quality and an erotic quality. There's not a great rush. Matings can begin with oral or manual manipulation of the partner's genitalia and can be initiated by either the male or by the female. And when they finally do engage in intercourse, they do it often face-to-face, missionary style, and it takes for about as long as it takes humans, an average of 11 minutes and up to half an hour, just in case you want to compare. Now, these big males are ponderous. They can't move fast, whereas the females are live and they can go pretty fast. So you know the female is choosing the male because if she didn't want, she could be gone. There's no way that he could catch her. But what about the small males? They are not attracted to females, but they have one advantage. They're small, they're fast, and they can run fast, and they can catch females. So that's what Mother Evolution has done. They try to catch and rape the females. And the females are usually, as I said, alone with their young. And if they're found by one of these small males, they're chased, and sometimes they get caught. And then the females show fear, and they struggle to escape. And the males sometimes strike them or bite them. And the females scream, and they're dependent. The young scream. The females bite back. They hit. They pull the hair of the males while the copulation is going on. And that lasts not more than 10 minutes. So how common is this? Different orangutans are very hard to see. They live in a part of Borneo that's hard to get to, and they're very hard to see. But so there's different studies coming to different conclusions. One ethologist found that about one-third of orang mutations involve some degree of forcing of the female by the male. Japanese observers reported that 88% of the copulations were rapes, and that these were the severe kind. A Dutch observer judged half the copulations to be rape. So these are not rare events. They're a standard part of the orangutan sexual strategy. There's a lot of examples where orangs are close enough to humans that apparently a lot of those same sexual signals are passing.
Inhuman, what's up?
Hello.
Hey.
Hello, how are you?
I'm resting.
You're
Right.
resting?
Yes, I'm rest.
Rest. You're a rest.
I'm a rest.
Rest. Wait, you're from
Y-
Sweden?
Yeah, it's like the same thing, but Norway.
Oh, you're from Norway? Did you hear that Trump is preparing to offer to purchase Greenland or something?
Hmm. I don't. I don't think it will happen. There is just something. I think Greenland belongs to Denmark,
Hmm.
and I think that then I think countries they love their space. They love their property they have. They don't often give it away, and
Right,
I
but
don't think the Danish want to give
I don't
away
I
that.
don't know, but so I think Trump wants to set it up as a military base to defend Europe. So I think Europe should really support this sale. Like, what's going to be the
Yeah, that,
big? It's not going to make a difference. I mean, it's going to become the 51st state. And for Europeans, that's a great thing. So you can easily go live. Maybe you'll anyone can go live there, and then you can have all the benefits of living in the United States while you're
yeah, one could go to. Oh, yeah, sorry.
what? No, no, go on, go on.
Sometimes I wanted to go to the United States to see how it's like,
Yeah.
but it the one have to go by like a not even an airplane, like by a spaceship. It's too far, so far away.
No, so imagine you can take a train. I don't know how you get to Greenland, but however you do, and you can go to Greenland, and basically you're in the United States, for all intents and purposes, and you're still in Europe, and you're in the United States. That's just a convenience. You can get a job there, and you can live your life. You can be maybe there's going to be some combination. You can become like a Greenland American slash European citizen. I don't know. It could be terrific. I mean, I really wish this would go through. I'm I really want the United States to expand and
I guess they would have. I would have to get permission from Denmark.
yeah. I mean, obviously, probably Trump would offer them, I would say, at least $1 trillion.
Yeah, Denmark. Yeah, I think it would be hard for Denmark to refuse $1 trillion. It would be hard for anyone to refuse
I
a
mean,
trillion
how
dollars.
many how many people live in Denmark? Like 300,000 or something?
I don't know. It's a small country. It doesn't even have any hills. It's the flattest country on earth. Not that that has anything to do with it, but it's a small country. There's not a lot of people. I'm not sure what the population of Denmark is. I never googled it.
Um, Let me see. Denmark.
Yeah, 5,947. So it's even more than the population of Norway.
But where's Greenland?
Greenland is yes, it's above Denmark and north on the western side of
Is
of
anyone
Scandinavia.
does anyone live in Greenland?
Yes, just a couple of there are some people who live there, but not that many. There are like towns and there are like stores in Greenland where a small amount of people live.
Oh, there's 6 million people in Denmark.
In Greenland, there currently there is 56,865 people living there.
They can stay there, but they would become American citizens.
Mm. Yeah, that.
I mean, it sounds like Denmark is not doing anything with Greenland, and it's huge. It's bigger than Alaska, isn't it?
Yes.
So, if Denmark is not doing anything with Greenland, then just sell it. What are you gonna do with it? Sell it.
Yeah, there's a lot of space there.
This would be amazing. I just hope that Trump doesn't turn it into another park like Alaska. Like most of Alaska, you cannot settle. They don't let you build in Alaska. I hope that Trump would take Greenland and just turn it into a one big city, the city of Greenland. That would be awesome. Anyway, what's up? What are we talking about? Did anybody discover anything?
I
No, like what?
discovered the. What did I discover?
That scam was interesting.
The what's
Um,
Yeah.
the honey browser extension scam.
the what? The horny browser
No, the
attention
honey.
honey? Oh,
Yes,
it's a
is a browser
scam.
extension.
How did you
Oh,
find
it's a
what?
scam. Yeah,
It's a scam.
like
How is
someone
it?
did a video about it.
Yeah, I didn't
Oh,
finish. Yeah, go on.
um, yeah, they would remove the kind of coupon code from the browser URL, and they would use a pop-up to get around it. So that honey was the one being credited instead of the affiliate link from the person who links them.
Oh my god.
And they did a bunch of other stuff as well. Like they're
Oh
claiming that
my
like their discount
god.
is the best discount, but actually they've already agreed with the companies to use a different discount, their own one. So
Oh
like
my
you're not
god.
even getting the best value. Damn it.
Oh my god. That's incredible. What do you think of the lionfish? Do you know the lionfish?
No.
You
Never
never
heard of it
heard of the
before.
lionfish?
Yeah. What
So
is
the
it?
lionfish is this species. What do you call it when it spreads to everywhere and it takes over? It's an intrusive,
Invasive? Oh,
invasive,
intrusive.
yeah,
Okay.
invasive species that's basically taking over everywhere,
World.
the
Wow.
world, and it has spines, and it's a predator, and it doesn't have any. It's a top predator. It's a small fish. It's like the
Hmm.
size of your fist, but it has spines with venom, venomous spines.
Oh wow.
Right, so no other fish can attack it. So it's a top predator. Even
Wow. Like
sharks.
it's
No,
like a porcupine fish, but it's poisonous. Crazy.
yes. So no, nothing can attack it. Only humans are able to kill it, and it happens to be delicious.
Yeah, we are pretty awesome.
So the question is, what do vegans think of killing lionfish? It's like it's considered to be the best thing to do when you go you anywhere you go where there is lionfish, you go and you hunt them, and then you sell them to the local restaurants, and they buy them by the boatload. But it's like you can never kill enough of them. There's just so many of them. Let me see if I can show you a short lion fish.
So typical so typical vegan
What?
would just say, so a typical vegan would say that I guess even if there was a species that existed for a billion years in pain and caused pain to others, I guess as long as it happens in nature, it doesn't matter, not even slightly. That's what.
But
like
it's
a typically
but it's
insect.
invasive. Everywhere it goes, it kills the rest of the fish. It kills everything else. Like there's everything becomes lionfish. Everything becomes lionfish. Let me try and find a short, because like in my feed I always have these shorts where they hunt them. Lionfish hunting. It's so amazing. Oh, I think this would be good. Wait, this is from 8 years ago? Oh, this might be good. No,
Uh,
this. Let's try this.
yeah, it's our vegans tend to have like
Oh.
an appeal to nature chip installed to their cerebral cortex.
That what? What installed to the cerebral cortex? What chip?
They have it's like they have an appeal to nature chip installed to their cerebral cortex.
hmm That's a
So
good.
just everything that's nature is
hmm
just awesome. That's except when it's like,
Except for humans. Humans are not nature for some bizarre reason.
and except when someone is trying to use that
No,
against the
no, but it's like if it's like a white human, then it's not nature. But if it's like some humans are nature, but like I'm not nature, you're not nature. It's like the vegans get to choose which humans are considered nature.
yeah.
Anyway, here's sort. Can you? I don't know if you can see. Can you see my stream? Yeah, you should be able to see my stream.
Oh yeah, I should look at it.
So here's lionfish hunting.
Open. Okay. Oh yeah, there it is.
No, that's not it. Let's see. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not
Is
good.
swift.
You got it? I got it.
If you catch a lionfish, you have to be very careful with how you deal with it. You have venom and spines that you have to pay attention to. Their venom is pretty serious. Typically, it's not lethal. It's just extremely painful.
Nothing really wants to eat this. Nothing wants to get spine. It's virtually a fortress.
I've been stuck quite a few times, actually. The first time wasn't so bad. The second time was like a little bad. By the third time, I definitely went to like the walk-in clinic the third time. We are just going to do a quick pan-seared whole fish.
This black Labrador.
Yep.
No.
When he was leaving, his little nephew came out and told him something you won't believe.
Woo! We're right out here in front of the Boynton Inlet here in beautiful Boynton Beach, Florida, catching the lionfish. And these lionfish are extremely invasive. If these were big, I would have 2 containers full. We found so many tiny ones, but not any big ones. So here we go.
Spearfishing is often the only way of catching the venomous lionfish, and it's not always easy. Their stripes act as camouflage among the reefs, where they prey on smaller fish and shrimp. Divers aim for the lionfish's throat, head, or dorsal fin. Then they remove its 18 venomous spines. Since they started hunting in this area years ago, numbers have dropped. Spearing lionfish one at a time is slow and expensive, but traditional fishing methods just won't work. They usually don't go for bait on hooks, and you can't use nets because they would risk damaging the reefs. Lionfish can also swim down where divers can't reach them. They've been found up to 1,000 feet deep, far beyond a recreational diver's 130-foot limit.
Them,
What?
impale. They just impale them.
Yeah, you impale them.
Spearfishing is often the only way.
But I guess I'd prefer it if they stab them in the brain.
No, I don't
Right
think they. I don't
afterwards.
think they go for the brain. I think they go for the body.
I'll bring the fishmonger here, and today we're gonna fillet up a
Yeah,
lionfish.
but I think they ought to stab them in the brain after they've been impaled to put them down.
I'm looking for a good in my feed. I have all these great videos.
Humans are the only predators for this. Boom, pokey boy. But watch,
So I give one was
this eel took advantage
sensing,
of the fact that
something like if one was hunting a dog or something, then one would have to like kill it
A dog?
after one impaled it. Yeah, a dog or something.
What do you mean dog?
If one went for dog hunting.
What do you mean dog? There's
Yeah,
no.
if one was,
This lionfish was
yeah,
distracted. He
I could have used any other animal as an example, but now when we're hunting for something and one impaled it, then one should kill it immediately. Uh,
No, I don't think they care if it dies immediately. They bring it up, they put it on ice. I think they're still alive. They put it on ice and then they sell most of it to the restaurants and then they eat some of it.
never would have in a million years gone after this lionfish on his own in this area. They would love to eat him,
I
but
guess they treat ocean life differently.
What?
Where I guess they treat ocean life differently.
Who does?
So that people who fish, it's not like it, it, they don't do the same thing with like chicken or cows.
Who?
They're not. They don't value the euthanasia as much.
Yeah.
they're just too afraid of the spines.
So there's been a lot of advancement.
Did you know that if you
So there's been.
Now humans are the only predators for this.
These guys will gobble up literally anything that they can fit in that mouth. And the problem is, where they live in the Indo-Pacific, they have predators that have co-evolved with them that can eat this whole fish that are used to these gnarly venomous spines. But here in the Caribbean, the fish have never seen them before, so nothing can eat them. So even these tiny little guys right here are not getting eaten by a bigger fish because of all of these venomous spines here, and they don't know how to deal with them. These guys will gobble up.
The eel wants to eat it, but it can't. It's touching the spines and it shies away. It really wants to eat them, but it can't. Let's see this.
Even when they're dead, lionfish are dangerous. Chefs have to carefully remove their 18 venomous spines. A sting can be very painful and even cause paralysis. That's one of the reasons it's been hard to add lionfish to restaurant
I
menus.
guess they're similar to like pufferfish.
Pufferfish?
Yes,
What about it?
pufferfish are also they're also venomous.
Yeah. But pufferfish are not invasive.
Yeah, but I guess
Even
it's considered a delicacy too.
Yeah.
though the invasive species has
So I don't
terrible
know why like venomous fish are considered a delicacy. Why they would taste different.
No, I mean they say it just tastes very good.
the Caribbean, eating everything
I
in its
think it's just like it's like a con. It's just a fish, and they just claim it tastes
I
much
don't know.
better.
I don't know. I didn't taste it. I know in general, like I like salmon more than any other fish. But shrimp is also delicious. Like I like fried shrimp or fried salmon. So, but I've never tasted lionfish.
path. So for years, fishermen ignored them until they no longer could. Spearfishers in places like Colombia are starting to have an impact, but they'll never catch them all. Even when they're dead.
Say hello to the paralyzer. This is a pole spear specifically designed for lionfish hunting. It comes equipped with a 3-prong stainless steel tip on one end and a band on the opposite end. Basically, when you spot the lionfish, you're going to put your hand in between the band like so, stretch the band up to the front, and aim and release into the lionfish. You're aiming for the head so as to not mess up your fillet and hopefully to take the lionfish out.
See. It's a very non-telegraphed movement.
No, it doesn't matter. They don't run away. They don't have any natural predators. So their instinct is to
Well,
sit
until now, you know.
right. But their instinct is to stay immobile and just perk up the spines.
Out in one fell swoop. It's about 30 inches long, so it's small enough for me to carry on every dive.
So I guess it's more to generate force, since it's hard to swing underwater. I don't know if you've tried to punch underwater.
Yeah. But you see that it does the job.
See this absolutely stunning fish? It seems sad to kill it, but the reality is these are one of the biggest problems in the Caribbean. These are invasive lionfish. They've come from the Pacific. And they were brought to the Caribbean for the pet trade, for aquariums, and people started releasing them. And now they've spread out all over the Caribbean. And the problem is all these spines they have are super venomous, so other fish aren't capable of eating them, and they just gulp up all the baby fish. So these guys are really a terrible problem.
I've been stung over 11 times now, and it hurts. It hurts a lot. Grabbing in the bucket is always the scariest bit. So basically what we've got here is all these spines here carry the venom. The first one on those two, and then it's the first 3 on the anal there. So
have been high on venom.
What?
Some people have been high on venom before.
That's what dolphins do with puffer fish. Dolphins play around with each other with a puffer fish to get high.
all the big spines would gauge. Every time I've been stung, it's usually by this one.
I wonder what sort of high it is.
What?
I wonder what sort of high it is.
You can look at dolphins. They they obviously get high.
Because the fish has actually got some
like LSD.
Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe it's like a crack or something.
Yeah.
Dexterity with it, so you can actually move it around like this. So on the reef, usually what you'll find is the lionfish sits there. As you come up to it, he'll lay his spines towards wherever you're going. The venom is only in the spines. It's a protein-based venom as well. And the fact that what you can do is take the whole fish with the spines and everything and cook it all the way through. And the venom is denatured where you can just consume it. It's no problem. But we remove the spines just so it's easier for the restaurants and chefs to be able to deal with. When we were first getting the lionfish, a lot of the restaurants saw it as a green choice, but were still skeptical because of the venom issue and all that. But as time's gone on, they've started to realize that it is a very delightful fish to eat. I've been stung over.
I see. So it releases a small amount of tetrodotoxin.
Oh, okay.
It's a potent. Okay, so that's I have to look it up.
Lionfish aren't just pretty. They're also incredibly efficient hunters. These fish are ambush predators, meaning they rely on stealth and patience to catch their prey.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Lionfish use their large pectoral fins to corner small fish and crustaceans before striking with lightning speed. Once their prey is trapped,
Yeah,
the
so
lionfish
it's like a benzodiazepine effect.
swallowing the fish whole.
The thing about good men that a lot of
could also be a mild hallucinogen and a dissociative.
The Bahamas is by far the most beautiful place on the planet. Astronauts have looked down from space and said, this is the jewel. Endless space, it is crystal clear, coral reefs. The beauty that we have here is incomparable.
What?
Levels of neurotransmitters.
I can't hear you. I can. In the beginning, I was able to hear you, but now your voice has gone to basically zero. I don't know what you're saying at this point.
Um, yeah, I will speak closer to the microphone.
Mm-hmm.
The lionfish, if they're
The
risking that,
dolphins
then
get
it'll
a psychoactive effect that's similar to a benzodiazepine or a mild hallucinogen or a dissociative.
I don't know what you're saying. The dolphins. I know they use the puffer fish to get high.
all cost me to get rid of them.
Lionfish are
Yeah,
an
it's
invasive
like a benzodiazepine.
I'm not familiar with the chemistry.
Yeah, like Xanax.
I don't know what you're saying. Like salmon?
No, it's like Xanax.
Xanax?
Yes.
Really? That's interesting.
species. They eat everything that can fit in their mouth. They reproduce very quickly, and they're venomous. They can pretty much destroy the biodiversity in an area.
A lot of people believe that this here is the problem to a lot of the fish species dying out.
The spines, they're poison. If you touch that and you get stuck inside there, you need to go to the hospital as soon as possible.
The venom in the lionfish, it's denatured by heat. So once you cook it, it's safe to eat. And they taste really good.
It's a tricky problem, and there isn't much that we can do about it besides killing it and eating it. Everyone's going to need to start eating lionfish if we're going to solve this problem.
Vegans are going to have a very, very bad day.
It's 6 a.m. We're about to catch some lionfish. We have here my wife, Danley's, and we have here Javi. And me, I guess I'll play captain, Ivor.
I'll be captain as well.
She's the boss.
Okay, so we're at the spot now. We're gonna go shoot some lionfish.
Lionfish are a serious problem. They are voracious predators. In the Bahamas, we looked at the coral reefs that had lionfish. They cleaned out those reefs.
So there's nothing left except for lionfish. They cleaned out everything else.
As you can see, I wasted no time. Brain shot right between the eyes underneath. The lionfish is toast.
Lionfish really are quite striking fish. They have these very dramatic stripes, also a little eerie to look at as well, because you know that it's pending danger, don't you?
Lionfish are one of the most beautiful fish in the ocean. Each one of their fins looks like a sail. I think if you didn't know how deadly they were, how dangerous, it would just be awe-inspiring.
The typical invasive species are some of these superorganisms, whether they are just voracious predators, whether they have, venom that can protect them, whether it's because they have huge amount of reproductive output. The thing about lionfish is it pretty much comes with all of those traits.
Other fish can be eaten by sharks or bigger fish like barracudas. They don't have any natural predators.
They can consume a lot of different types of fish, and they just seem to never want to stop. They eat a lot.
They are able to eat indiscriminately, so they pretty much eat anything that will fit into their mouth. We found that lionfish actually reproduce as often as every 3 to 5 days. So you can see how they outcompete native species for food and space.
I practice free dive spearfishing, so I hold my breath, I go down. The deepest I've ever gone is 110 feet.
Now it seems like you're able to understand me.
You're able to understand?
Yeah, you are now able to understand me.
Am I able to understand you?
Yes.
What do you mean? I'm always able to understand you. As long as you speak slowly and clearly and close to the mic.
Oh, I see, I see.
There have been times where I've gone on a reef or a structure and I've seen 20 lionfish. Whenever I see them, I shoot them. A lot of people don't want to handle them because they don't want to risk that bite. All right, I'm just going to toss it in. Is that with you? You got it? I got it.
If you catch a lionfish, you have to be very careful with how you deal with it. You have venom and spines that you have to pay attention to. Their venom is pretty serious. Typically, it's not lethal. It's just extremely painful. The fishermen who complain about it, they literally talk about wanting people to cut their arm off.
If you get stung, you know, you're miles offshore and somebody gets an allergic reaction, you're going to be in problems.
It can definitely be deadly. If I got pricked in my head, maybe in my temple, the odds are low. But if I got pricked there or anywhere near my heart, it could certainly be fatal. I had on a glove when I got pricked. It's like a throbbing, burning pain. It feels something like you smashed your hand in a car door and then stuck it into a stove.
Even if the fish is dead, if you get stung by it, it'll still like swell up your hands.
It's much like a surgical needle on the end of the fish, and it's got about 14 of them. That's 14 different opportunities for you to get stabbed.
Nothing really wants to eat this. Nothing wants to get spine. It's virtually a fortress.
I've been stuck quite a few times, actually. The first time wasn't so bad. The second time, we are just going to do a quick pan-seared whole fish. You need plenty lime, cut some pepper. You gotta have a little bit of kick if you're in the Bahamas. A little bit of spice. Add a little bit of salt. Take a little pinch of that and just get it into each of those little slits. Add a little bit of flour to coat the fish. And it's good to go. Peas and rice, lionfish, and some fried plantains. Grabbing a bit of that fish with some peas and rice. That's good. And it's nice and thick, white, flaky meat. You know, everything that I think Bahamians like in a fish, you actually can find it in lionfish. And the fact that I think that I'm doing some good by getting a few lionfish off the reef and it's tasty, you know, doesn't hurt at all.
A lot of Bahamians don't go under the water to actually see the lionfish. Most Bahamians don't really think about it, so it's not really on their radar. Oh, gotta go. Oh, I see them. We're good. You got one?
I went into the cave. I was in position, and then I just let her go.
Lionfish originates from the Indian Pacific Ocean. It came over into the Atlantic accidentally. The aquarium trade seems to be heavily involved in the introductions.
History in the making as Hurricane Andrew is now making landfall in South Florida.
We've heard some more glass shattering.
We do think there were a number of introductions in Florida. Some people believe that lionfish did enter the water because of Hurricane Andrew, and that severe storm was able to actually smash some glass and introduce fish into the waters that way. After a few years, it started to spread across all of Florida and then eventually up the entire U.S. coastline. When lionfish really started to spread across the Bahamas, I mean, their numbers were astronomically high. It spread throughout all of the Bahamas and then all of the Caribbean and even into the Gulf of Mexico. It's just everywhere. It's very prolific. And when it got in, it was this explosion.
So we really are on the outskirts of the island right now. For anybody that's really has no idea what spearfishing is, the closest thing I would describe it to would be underwater archery.
These are the stairs they used to walk the slaves up in chains hundreds of years ago when they brought them here. You gotta believe the fish can sense movements in the water much, much better than you can. And you just gotta realize you're in their territory, in their element, and you are kind of the dumbest thing under there. You enter the water on the fish's terms. It's archery from then on out. You take your breath at the top and then you go down and hunt.
Because so much of our country is ocean, seafood is a big part of our cultural identity. And so introducing something like lionfish, which is a seafood, can potentially be very impactful.
Some Bahamians eat it, some Bahamians don't. A lot of people are scared.
It is a difficult species to convince people to want to eat. First of all, you're saying things like venom.
But the lionfish meat isn't poisonous. It's a great tasting fish.
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
No.
Oh man, when the
No.
first time I tried lionfish, I fell in love.
I've seen Bahamians try the lionfish and they were actually quite surprised with how well it turned out. We have a kind of traditional conch salad in the Bahamas. So we are going to take that and we're going to make it with lionfish instead. So we're just going to take the skin off of these fillets. We're going to cut these to begin putting it in the ceviche. We're going to add some citrus, a bunch of onions, tomatoes, peppers, that sort of thing. And we're going to have a nice salad. A little bit of salt. Having something that people are not so familiar with, like the lionfish, using it in a traditional preparation like this, it kind of bridges that gap. It gives them something to identify with. So a lot of Bahamians would be willing to try this. And usually if they like it, they'll have it again.
Around 2010, you did see them taper off a little bit. And then around 2012, they seemed to decline. However, there have been some recent reports showing that the coral reef heads that used to be full of tons of snappers, now they're just covered in lionfish. We actually believe because they were out eating so much of the fish that they were actually controlling their own numbers, and their population numbers were actually declining because they were eating themselves out. If they find new sources of plenty of food, they're just going to boom again. And this is a serious concern. What that means is our fisheries are forever going to be in trouble so long as they're in our waters. One of the best ways that humans can really help, and fishermen particularly, is by overfishing this species.
If you see a lionfish and you leave him there, you're actively being a part of the lionfish problem that we have. We should switch your focus and kill the invasive animal.
You know, people have been known to pretty much deplete entire species just through the demand alone. We want to create that demand for lionfish.
We're really good at wiping things out. This is a species that we need to wipe out. This is a serious issue. It's way beyond just the Bahamas. We're talking about the whole Caribbean, the Gulf of Mexico, all the way up the eastern coast of the United States. So it is an Atlantic issue. The whole of the Atlantic needs to address the problem for it to really be impacted. When it comes to environmental issues, usually scientists are always saying, okay, stop doing what you're doing. Everybody don't do this and don't do that. But at least with lionfish, the key message is get out there and kill more and eat more lionfish.
Oh my God, vegans are going to kill themselves when they hear this. What are vegans going to do? Jesus. The environmentalists are telling us to kill and eat a fish to extinction. Jesus.
Well, I guess vegans
Poor vegans.
are Batman. Yeah, so they like Batman, I guess. So murder is wrong no matter what. Batman.
Vegans. What would we do without vegans? Who would we make fun of?
I have recognized that in the wildlife there is a lot of suffering. There is a lot of hard suffering, and I don't think the animals in wildlife are benefited from their existence.
Wait,
I don't
what?
think the life has much value.
Well, I don't understand what you're saying. You, what? Say it again. What?
Well, I believe that animals
Yeah.
in wildlife
Mm-hmm.
they have a existence that's harmful to them.
Yeah, I mean, some vegans, Vegan Gains and Dr. Avi, they say that we should exterminate all predator animals. But they say like lions and bears. But every fish is a predator, and chickens are predators, and turtles are predators, and cows and deer also eat like birds sometimes, and squirrels. I've seen a cow eat I think a squirrel or a bird. It's not like they're innocent, and certainly chimps eat other chimps. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I'm tired. I'll see you later, man.
I'll see you
I'll see you
later.
later. Bye. Okay, I want to watch some more. Let's watch some more YouTubes. Oh, live.
Decided to go on a Jew hunt. The BBC's anti-Israel, intentionally anti-Israel coverage has been well documented. We've covered it on this channel multiple times, and there have been reports. There have been just you watch it and you see what's going on. There have been we've done a show about something we'll probably get to later in this episode where they pretty much fabricated a story, and yet Owen Jones has recently published, as he calls it, an investigative journalism piece about BBC's bias in favor of Israel, according to his investigative journalism. This is important, even more important than what we usually talk about when we cover Owen Jones. It's important because it's part of the pro-Palestinian or anti-Israel propaganda machine. It's crucial, and I would venture a guess that Owen Jones, when the report came out a few months ago in the Telegraph about the BBC bias, that's around the time that he decided, okay, in order to get the BBC maybe to not change their coverage or to be more anti-Israel, we need to claim the opposite, even if the facts are not on our side. Now, there are a lot of factual claims that Owen Jones makes in this reporting, this piece and in this video about the investigative journalism he's done that we have no way of knowing whether it's true. And 13 journalists from the BBC and some staffers, he doesn't name any of them. He said he's keeping them anonymous. And again, this may or may not be true, but just to set a background on who Owen Jones is, remember that this is a guy who, among the things we've covered in the past 14 months that he's done, he's denied that Hamas raped anybody on October 7th, and he denied it, having seen videos of a woman whose body was burnt and was without panties, a woman, Shani Luke, who was famous images and video of her being dragged almost naked through Gaza with people cheering and abusing her body. The video of some of the terrorists taking a woman to put her into a truck that was taking hostages, and the leader of the terrorists in that group saying, no, not that one, that one's for raping. All of this was seen by Owen Jones and much more. And he not only denied that there was any rape, he has also pushed repeatedly claims that there was rape of Palestinians in different cases, at least one of which he had to delete after Al Jazeera deleted it after the woman's family said this is bullshit. So this is also the man who last month, after pro-Hamas terrorists or terrorist wannabes in Amsterdam decided to go on a Jew hunt, filmed themselves saying that they're going on a Jew hunt. There's WhatsApp and Telegram groups conversations of them talking about how to find the Jews. He said actually it was the Jews' fault because they sang some songs that were mean to Arabs. So this is Owen Jones. Just remember this when you hear factual claims about things that we can't verify in any way. What he's done behind the scenes. But even within all of that, even if everything he says is true in terms of how he conducted his research, he is still obviously full of shit here, and we will talk about why. We're going to talk about the video and what parts of it today. There'll be a link in the chat in the description, and we're going to talk about the piece itself tomorrow on the reality show. Welcome to the Daily Objective. Daniel, happy Festivus. Your thoughts on this? This is definitely a Festivus relevant topic, talking about Owen Jones. Yeah, your thoughts.
Well, that's why I'm in the right colors. No, I think you covered it well. Thank you. No, but I think there are some broad insights you can get from this, and just this idea of claiming that BBC has pro-Israeli bias, that BBC is too much pro-Israeli, and we've seen that before. We've seen that with oftentimes many of the pro-Palestinian Piers Morgan guests oftentimes talk about with the Tahisi Coates, what is his name? I think something like that. I'll look up his name just so I have it. But he was talking about, like, no one talks about Gaza no one in American media talks about Gaza. It's like it's only Israeli perspective. And for some time I was trying to, how can you have that perspective? Like if we ignore that, if it's not like straight up they're just trying to lie, because I think there's something underneath. I think they really believe that Western media or BBC has pro-Israel bias. But how can you have that idea? And it's because they consider the existence of Israel, or believing that Israel should exist, as being too much pro-Israeli. And I think this is where ultimately it's rooted, in the fact that viewing Israel in any way positively, or not exclusively only covering Israel negatively, or covering Palestinians negatively, automatically puts you in this pro-Israeli camp. It is really rooted in the idea of tribalism, that basically you either agree with me on everything or you're the other side. And this is how they view BBC. If BBC doesn't fully agree with Owen Jones, it's on the other side. And what's the other side? It's the pro-Israeli side. So in this way, if you look at it in this way, of course BBC is too pro-Israeli from that perspective. Every single thing is, because to not be pro-Israeli mean you would have to celebrate October 7th. It would mean you have to celebrate Hamas. That's the only alternative to that sort of way of thinking.
Okay, we're not going to get through the whole video. We're going to have it. I want to quickly address a few comments here, very quickly. Susie says he should have been the co-winner of Anti-Semite of the Year with the other Owens. Well, there's what is our award? There's Intellectual Golden Raspberry of the Year award at the Ayn Rand Center UK Awards, which is the show that follows this. and he is nominated for that as well as Candace. So make sure you tune into that live, because you can only vote live unless you're a member, and you can vote live and in advance. Thank you, Bonnie, for the super chat. Thank you, PC, for the super chat. PC says BBC and Jones do not want Israel to exist. Absolutely, and I think they.
PayPal honey scam.
Honey hasn't just been scamming you, the consumer, they've also been stealing money from influencers, including the very ones they paid to promote their product. And I'm not just talking about a few bucks here. I believe the scam has likely cost content creators millions of dollars.
What's good, guys? By show of hands, how many of you are shocked that Honey turned out to be a scam? Huh? How many of you, huh? Well, my hand's not raised because I'm actually not all that surprised. And I can't really explain why, but I've always just kind of had a hunch. You know, I've used Honey in the past, and I've noticed before that sometimes it didn't find the code at all, or I was able to find better ones, which is something that's going to be talked about in this video. And apparently that was something that Honey actually was genuinely manipulating. So I'd always been just a little bit suspicious of Honey. And I was like, where do they really get their money from? You know, that was really my question, was like finding us discounts, and I never really saw like a ton of like ads or anything, and they're paying all these creators to promote them. And I just always had that question in the back of my mind of where do they get their money? You know, like there had to be something going on here for them to be making the amount of money that they did to afford all these YouTubers that they sponsor. I mean, they were sponsoring like big YouTubers too, not just small ones. I'm talking like Penguin Z0. And there's something about that little smiley face icon mascot, little demon loser. I knew there was something evil behind those fucking eyes. I knew it. You didn't fool me for a second, you spawn of Satan coin. But anyway, this wasn't the only way they were scamming people. In fact, this was the smallest infraction by far. What they were really doing was so much worse.
Linus tells you about this free browser extension that saves you money online. You install it in 2 clicks, and boom, you have Honey. So you scroll down and find Linus's affiliate link to that product. Now, for those of you who don't know, when you click an affiliate link and buy something, the influencer who promoted the product earns a commission for referring you to that store. So you add the product to your cart, get to the checkout page, and hello, Honey says they found you 10 coupon codes. Sweet. You click apply discounts, and Honey gets to work. But unfortunately, none of the coupon codes work. Doesn't matter though, because as Honey has promised us for years, that means we know we've got the best deal. So you complete your purchase, you're happy, your new CPU's on the way, Linus is happy, he's getting his commission, everyone's happy, right?
Well, no, actually, well, first off, I didn't get a discount, so I'm not happy about that. That would have been nice if I could have gotten one. But, you know, not Honey's fault, but it actually is, as we'll uncover later, that is one Honey's fault. But then secondly, what Megalag here is about to unveil, this nefarious scheme, this ingenious ruse drafted up by the protagonists of Ed and Eddie themselves, is about to go hog wild.
After clicking Linus's affiliate link, you'll notice in the URL there's a tracking tag labeled Short Circuit. That's a reference to one of Linus's YouTube channels. And this tracking tag is how Newegg knows who to pay a commission to. We can also see that this tracking tag has been saved on my browser in the form of a cookie that will expire in 30 days. That way, if we only decide to complete the purchase a few days later, Linus will still be credited the sale. So what happened when
Hello, Mr. Knowledge and Hafsa. What's up? What's going on? Hafsa, what do you got? Hello.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Okay. Are you familiar with Luigi Mangione?
Who's that woman? What did you say?
I was about to ask you, who's that woman in your profile? Is that you?
That's me, but who's the woman in your profile?
No, it's an AI or whatever. It's something that I found online.
Oh, it's not a real person?
I don't know. I don't think
see.
so. Yeah. Wow, you're beautiful. That's incredible.
Thank
Are you
Thanks.
like, where are you from? Wait, let me guess. You're like African?
Hmm?
Are you African?
Yes,
But
I am.
Amazing. Lately,
Dr. Phil.
it's not Dr. Phil. It's the face of evil.
Dr. Phil. Hi, Dr. Phil.
Hi.
Wait, Hafsa, am I hearing babies in the background?
Yeah.
Wow, there's a lot of people all of a sudden. Anyway, does anybody know Luigi Mangione?
Not personally, no.
Yeah, he's a data scientist.
Is he an Italian?
Yes, he's an Italian data scientist. But are you on his side?
What topic?
I don't even know what he did.
Luigi
I don't
Mangione.
even know.
I always play as Mario.
Luigi Mangione, he's the one who assassinated the CEO of United Healthcare Like,
Oh yeah, yeah. He's that guy, that little
Oh,
27
that's
year old.
it.
He was
yes,
27
Yeah,
year
yeah,
old.
the
yeah,
Crazy cat. Oh, that was Luigi.
Yeah,
Luigi.
he got Italian. That's Italian name, right, or something?
Yeah, mangione. It's actually manjan. Manjan is the way you pronounce it.
Yeah,
Manjan.
his brain is messed up.
I guess he had some issues with the guy, and then he like planned to attack him or something, right? Because he wasn't
But
getting like
attackers
he had
doesn't act
issues.
this foolish.
He had like surgery, and they
No
were giving
attacker
him
act is
treatment
foolish.
or something.
Basically, I don't think he had an issue. I think he was radicalized. Um, he he just he became a communist,
Really?
What
basically.
is that do have to do with communism?
What do you mean? Like
I mean, what
his
does it have anything to do with communism?
if you read his manifesto is basically, communist. He's against profit.
So why did he attack the CEO? Like, what was his agenda?
He says that like the health insurance uh, industry is motivated by profit. So they profit from, children with cancer. So how dare you make money from children with cancer? Like, you're not allowed to make money from that, or something like that. Like, basically, communism. How dare you make money? Money is evil. Profit is evil. How dare you seek profit? How dare you make money? You need to volunteer.
Wait, I thought Italy had universal healthcare system. Did they
But
not?
it's not in Italy, it's in New York. He's an American. He has
Oh,
an Italian.
Yeah, but he's
oh,
not the only one.
so he is in America
Yeah,
and he did
Yeah.
that in America. Oh,
yeah.
now that makes sense because American healthcare system shit. That's a pure garbage.
Well,
No,
that's,
or
I wouldn't say that. I would say
I mean,
that's,
people have a lot of issues with United Healthcare because they were trying to get coverage and they didn't get it. So
I mean, Luigi thinks that United Healthcare is terrible. That's why he murdered the CEO.
Even if I agree that United Healthcare is terrible, why do what even that doesn't justify the killing? He could bring a case against him. That would even make sense, or to protest against him. That would also make sense. But killing him, that totally shift the narrative.
But you see that a lot of people support his decision to murder the CEO. A lot of people.
Well, some
wasn't
people
it?
will
Was it?
because many people are emotionally driven.
Was it premeditated murder?
Yeah, he wrote a manifesto, and he wrote deny, depose, something on the bullets. So this was premeditated. He planned this apparently.
He's emotional. He's angry with the world and life. He's emotional.
I mean, even if you are emotional, you cannot just straight up go to somebody and kill him just because he did something wrong. It is law is not in your hand.
We need to check his
Let the
brain.
law
Maybe
do.
he has psychological issues.
Yeah, maybe perhaps because only a psychopath will do this kind of stuff.
But a lot of people support him. A lot of young men and women between
They will support him because many people are emotionally driven. They listen to the emotional rather than something rational.
I mean, but a lot of people, when you talk to them, they think that it's a good thing to murder the CEO. of a health insurance company.
A lot of people support Hitler in the Holocaust. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the same people.
A lot of people even supported America on the war of Iraq. So that doesn't change the thing that it was bad. Something is bad, even if it's supported by millions, that still count as a bad. That doesn't automatically become good.
Wait, did you say support America in the war in Iraq?
Well, many people actually supported America while going to war in Iraq, but we all know how did that turn out. I'm not making that point, but I'm making that even if millions say some a wrong is a good, that's still a wrong thing. That's still unlawful.
I mean,
I mean, if we're justifying by our emotions, it means that humans, we haven't evolved our science and our brain much over time because nothing's changing with humans.
I mean, Luigi and a lot of people think that murdering the CEO will have positive effects. They think it will improve.
Like what?
So they think that like United Healthcare and the CEO were denying coverage and denying the claims of insured people, clients. So once Luigi murdered the CEO, so this will send a message to the health insurance industry to stop denying claims. So it's going to save lives. That's the thought.
Nothing's gonna save lives. Even if you kill CEO, it's not gonna change the system of healthcare. The system is broken. Yeah.
They need to fix American healthcare system from the core, but they won't fix it because of crony capitalism. America need a healthy capitalism, not this kind of bullshit they have in their healthcare.
Wait, okay, so Hafsa, you're saying that it's not going to make a difference and animal
Why
for
do you think
life.
it's gonna make a difference? A death of one man is gonna make a difference, or what do you? Why do you say that it's gonna make a difference?
I'm not taking a position. I agree that it's not going to improve anything. Murdering a murder spree, if we start murdering each other, that's not going to change anything. It's not going to improve anything. It might actually harm everything. So I'm not saying that it will. I'm just okay, but Luigi and everyone that supports him, they think, they want to fix the system. They want to fix the situation. So they think, well, if we murder the CEO and maybe we'll murder a few other CEOs. I mean, Luigi planned on murdering other CEOs. Well, the apparently he wanted to send a message to the industry, to the health insurance industry, to stop denying claims. That was the intent. And if you stop the health insurance industry from denying claims, then you're saving lives. That's the logic of the people that support Luigi. And there's a lot of them. So if you watch YouTube, you can watch hours of content creators who support Luigi. I mean, you can watch them around the clock. They all agree that it's a wonderful thing that Luigi what he did, and
Yeah.
we should do more of it.
When people learn that killing or murdering is something glorious, that day one should know that his country is messed up, his country fucked up, or his mentality is at least fucked up. By murder, no, how does murdering a CEO delivers his message? He could make his point any other way. Why did the CEO had to lose his life? That's the basic argument we should ask for the those who support the killing.
Um, I guess it sends a stronger message, right? There's different. You can send a message with different urgency, different critical level. So if you murder the CEO, that's gonna make headlines right away. So you're making it more urgent. So your message is gonna be heard louder and clearer than if you would just write an email or make a YouTube video.
You are not just murdering the CEO, you are destroying his own whole family. Imagine if he has a kid who is 5 years or 6 years old. What how much traumatized that kid will be. You're not a murder is not a just killing a single person. It destroy a family.
Yeah, but Stalin said that to make an omelet, you need to break a few eggs. So, you do the calculation. So, a few people are going to have to suffer in order for the world to improve. So, that's fine from their point of view. It's it's
Then
it's a
okay.
calculated.
Then I will work
Hmm?
in their point of view. Then I will rather want in their that the broken eggs that you said Stalin mentioned,
Mhm.
those broken eggs should be their family, not others.
It doesn't matter. They would also murder their own family. It doesn't matter. They would just
Yeah,
say
they
that
are heartless.
all they're saying is that in order to improve the world, you need to murder a few people. So it's okay to murder a few. This is like a utilitarian philosophy. So in order for the many to thrive, you cause a few to suffer. It's okay
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
few to suffer in order for the many to
I
thrive.
understand.
So
Well,
it's
I understand what is like losing a parent at very young age. That's why I never support this kind of bullshit. I lost my mother when I was 7.
I understand, but these people, they think they didn't.
Will
Apparently,
never
I
understand.
don't think
They
it's
will
only
never
just these
understand.
people. There's also Muslims who are
Those
doing
who never
jihad.
went through this pain, they will never understand this pain. What I have.
But he's
I
saying
could
that
call my
people need to suffer and go through this so people can have a better life.
oh no,
How does that even,
no.
I know
That's not I'm saying.
that's how humans are, because we see a lot of Muslims who are doing jihad and wars and all this stuff because they believe in uh holy wars and stuff, like it's gonna fix anything. It's not gonna fix anything. Yeah.
Does it did any holy war fix anything in the last 1400 years? Did anything fix anything? No, it didn't. Then why do people do holy wars? It only ruins people's life. War only brings misery and suffer.
but
And murder is no different.
but
Murder destroys a family.
right. But I think that like when somebody gets you upset, so you naturally seek revenge. When somebody hurts you, you want to naturally seek revenge. Like they hurt you, so you're going to hurt them back.
Yeah, I understand that, but people who are doing holy war, like jihadists, militant groups like ISIS, what's the justification for ISIS? They're just killing people who are civilian who did nothing to them. They just
Right. So I think they want to send a message like become good Muslims so that we don't have to kill you. Like they think that Islam is good for the world, and they want to spread the message that Islam is good for the world. So the way they send the message is by killing people. Killing people, it always sends a very good message. It's a very efficient way of sending a message.
Islam is good for the world, but those ISIS are not.
Well,
That's the thing.
well, I mean, whoever, like if it's ISIS or Luigi, they both thought that it's a good strategy to murder someone in order to send a message, whatever the message is. So ISIS thinks the message is to spread Islam, and Luigi thinks the message is to stop denying insurance claims. But either way, the way to get a clear message through is by murdering. So, I mean, he got the message. I mean, the message got through. Both ISIS and Luigi sent a clear message. I mean, if the messaging, if murdering did not send a loud and clear message, then no one would do it. I mean, the reason people send messages by murdering is because it works. The message has been heard.
Message work because we still have a lot of issues in the world. We don't have world peace. People are not being the one religion. We don't have one religion in the world. We don't have world peace. We don't have good health care. What message did it fix?
I mean, Luigi just wanted people to discuss and figure it out. He's like, we need to figure it out. He's just gonna force us to figure it out. He wants the health insurance companies to stop denying claims. So it's not his. He wrote in his manifesto, he said, I don't know, I'm not an expert. I don't know how to argue. I don't know how to articulate this. I'm not the smartest guy. I don't really know. But all I know is I'm going to send a message. Like, so I mean, I don't agree. Like I think Luigi is disinformed, but a lot of people sent Luigi this information that if he murders the CEO, this will improve the world. And a lot of people told ISIS, if you murder, it will improve the world. So people that go around murdering, like ISIS and Luigi, they've been informed, or they've been disinformed that if they commit murder, it will improve the world. And once Luigi committed this murder, you see that a lot of people reacted positively.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I see the mess. I see the system and what they try to send the message to people to change and improve. Yeah.
look, I'm not saying I'm not on Luigi's side, but we need to discuss it. Like most people, I would say that I talk to on Discord, they support Luigi.
I see. Do you support him?
No, of course not.
Mm.
But we need to discuss it.
Yeah. Why do they support him?
Because I think ultimately they are communists. They believe in communism. They think that communism is great. They think Marxism is terrific. They think capitalism is terrible. They think freedom is bad, democracy is bad. They think murder is good, executions are good. assassinations are good. So you have to talk to these people and deal with them, one by one. Uh, Luigi says that his source of information is a guy called Moore that made a movie about healthcare, health insurance. So that's his source of disinformation.
Oh, I see.
Right. So there's a lot of people who are spreading this disinformation. There's a lot of communists and Marxists that are spreading disinformation.
Wait,
And
you don't like Luigi Mangione?
it's not. I don't have anything personal against Luigi Mangione, except that he is disinformed. He was
How's he
disinformed.
disinformed?
He was informed that by committing a murder, he's going to improve the world.
I mean, he certainly brought light to the issue, but I'm pretty sure that murdering somebody wouldn't change the world. But we were notified and we were given the perspective that things could change, right? Even if it's 1%, you know. It's about, and even if he acknowledged that he wouldn't change the world, I think he was just sending the world a message, right?
What's the message?
The message is to, you know, not prioritize profits over people, right? I mean, like he has a whole manifesto talking about this, about how they're parasites and how they need to be killed. And yeah, even their YouTube, he has like scheduled YouTube videos that are supposed to come out. I think his next one is supposed to come out sometime 2025 summer.
Why not have profit? What's wrong with profit?
There's nothing wrong with profit. It's whenever, so there's certain unethical things that you can do as a company, right? Like, for example, if I'm a company and I decide that it is cheaper to produce my equipment in Asia than it is to do in America, the unethical thing to do would to be, okay, as my employees are working, hey, listen up, you guys are fired, get out, we're moving to Asia. Now, the ethical thing to do would be, okay, we're going to give you guys 2 months in advance. Hey, we're going to be moving our headquarters. If you still want to continue with us, we can relocate you over to Asia, right? We're going to give you paid suspension after we leave. And then, bam, that would be the ethical thing to do. Not to just, like these insurance companies, what they're doing essentially is that if I were to pay $250 a month, right, over 10 years, that's like $30,000. And then let's say that I pay that and I expect to get fully covered for health insurance once I turn 65. Well, then what they do is that they make a new contract and they say, okay, well, that one expired. Now you're only going to get fully covered if you're 89. Well, then that kind of fucks you over because if you die before then, they don't have to fully cover you or you get sick or anything. And that's what these companies are doing to make more money. They're changing the stipulations of the contract. And it's legal, but it's unethical.
Wait, so who determines what is ethical? Who's the decider? What is ethical?
So the decider is, so we already have a baseline as humans, right? Do unto others as they would do unto you, right? Golden rule. But in business, it's all about altruism and reducing harm, right? Like I'm taking a business ethics class right now, and there's certain models and outlines, right, that we have to determine what is ethical and what is unethical, right? There's this German guy, I forgot his name, but he developed the model. What is it called? It's in my notes.
But who is the decider? What is ethical? It's like, are you the decider? Is your professor the decider? Is that German guy the decider? Who is the decider? And who anointed the decider to be the decider? Did God anoint this decider as the decider? Do we turn to God? Like,
I get what you're trying to say. I get what you're trying to say. Are you like an atheist?
it's irrelevant what I am. I mean, I'm following. Let's follow your logic. I'm following you. So you said ethical. I'm asking who.
Well, I can't say. I can't say if I'm being honest. If I want to be truthful, I can't really say.
Exactly. So we might as well ignore ethics. So the word ethics is a very beautiful word, but it's irrelevant. It's not practicable.
I understand that, but clearly Luigi, he followed a man and then he took his ethics and he did that, right?
I mean, Luigi is disinformed. Luigi went and listened to people, to this German guy, to this professor, to his friends about ethics, and he was disinformed that if he murders the CEO of a company, then that's the ethical thing to do. But that's just disinformation, as we just proved, because there are no ethics. Ethics is a beautiful word, but it's not practicable. It's whatever I want it to be. Like Hitler thought that executing the Jews is ethical, and Luigi thinks executing a CEO is ethical.
Listen. Okay, I get what you're saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
But even though like in an atheist framework, there is no objective morality, but we can still at least acknowledge that people were harmed for a small few to gain.
I'm asking you, okay, people are harmed. Who determines that people are harmed? Who is the determiner? I asked you. You're welcome to answer.
Okay, it's the companies then. It's the companies then. They're the determiner because they deny the rates.
Look, I'm following your logic. Your professor, you're the German guy, you tell me, how do we know that people are harmed or people are benefited? Like, how do we know? And when you tell me how we know, how do we know?
I'll tell you.
Right, but how do we know? Whatever you tell me, like, how do we know that that's?
We know because people died so that a few could get richer, right? If you look at the annual reports, right?
What's wrong?
American.
What's wrong with that? I'm seriously asking. What's wrong?
I'm explaining to you. I want to answer one question at a time, right? You asked me, how do we know who's harmed, right? And how do we know who's benefited? We know because we can look up the statistics, right? If you look up the denial rate in 2012, it was at 9%. Now it's at 30%.
You don't understand my question. Like, I agree. I'm not denying the statistics. People will always die, right? No one is ever going to live forever. The universe will die. We're not going to avoid the heat death of the universe. We're not going to avoid deaths. People will die. So that's not going to help this discussion to tell me that people are dying. That's always going to be true.
You're strawmanning my argument, bro. Like you're saying that you know this, but you're failing to see where it's leading in the argument.
Basically, you're saying people dying is gaining. Like there's a small price to pay for the gain.
I'm not saying anything. Just that.
Trying to be morally ambiguous right now. Yeah.
Exactly. I'm not even morally ambiguous. I'm saying there is no morality. Any attempt to define morality is doomed to fail. And you can continue
But you at
trying.
least
Hmm.
wait, Mr. Slave. You
Hmm.
at least have your own moral
No.
compass, right? Do you at least
No.
have that?
No.
What?
No. I don't.
Wait, what did you just say?
I don't have I don't believe in morality. Morality is
Oh,
fake.
you don't? Wait, for real?
For real.
What's your opinion on Luigi Mangione?
I think he's
He doesn't care.
no, I think Luigi is disinformed.
You think he's disinformed? Do you care about it?
Do I care? I
Yeah,
personally
do you care about it?
I
Yeah, like
personally
as a person, do you care about it?
I personally care because Luigi is harming my quality of life.
Right.
Wait,
Okay. So you
how
hold on,
harming
hold on,
your
hold on.
quality of
Let me
life?
go through this real quick, bro. So you
No, no, no,
personally
no.
care
Wait,
because
wait, wait.
Luigi's
Let me
harming your
answer
life.
this one. Let me answer
Do
this
you
one.
think that you
Hold on,
having
bro.
care for this makes
Frenchman,
it right or wrong?
wait, one at a time. So Frenchman, hold on. Yes, Mr. Hearwiser, I'm listening.
And by the way, I don't mean to interrupt anything you lot got going on. I'm just here to ask just a few questions, and I'm happy to listen for the rest of the time, right? So my next question is just your opinion on Luigi, right? Do you think that you're you're caring about him because he has affected you personally is a right thing or a wrong thing? Or do you think it's just neutral? Like you don't really care if it's right or wrong, you just care because it impacted your life. Like which one
I
is it?
I avoid terminology like right and wrong or moral or ethical. I just say he impacted my life negatively.
What is the negativity?
If he murders the CEO, then
Why is that negative?
because the next CEO is going to say, I'm refusing to work for the same salary. I need a higher salary because it's more dangerous. And he's going to need to hire security. So it's just a waste. Extra waste, extra overhead has been created in the entire industry, not just in health insurance, not just in United, all over the world now. CEOs and everyone high ranking in every industry is going to seek security. Security is a pure overhead, it's pure waste. So
Right.
our
So
quality of
is that basically
life, all of us, our quality of life is mathematically going to be impacted negatively, including mine. So
right? So
yeah.
is that and correct me if I'm wrong, but
Mhm.
is that basically saying that
French
waste
once again,
and
Frenchman.
disinformation
Once
and
heavy here wiser,
disusefulness?
here wiser.
Yo, what's up?
One second. Frenchman, you're just your mic, your hot miking. There's like background noise. So go on
Right
here.
now, there's background noise.
Before there was like background wind
Oh, my
or
bad, my bad.
cars. Yeah, no big deal. Go on here wiser.
So is that basically saying, right, that
Mhm.
waste and um inactivity, right,
Mhm.
underuse of something in the proper way,
Mhm.
and disinformation and all of these things,
Mhm.
is that basically saying that they're negative and that they're wrong, and
No.
that you have you
No.
have avoided the word wrong, but you're trying to make it synonymous with negativity? But the reason why you said it's negative is because it basically abandons proper use of resources. Instead of a CEO to have a certain salary now, because of the impact of the former CEO being murdered, the next succeeding CEO is demanding a higher salary for no absolute positive reason. So you deem that to be quote unquote negative, which is synonymous with the word wrong. You know what I'm saying? So in
No.
essence,
No.
is that true or false what I just said?
It's everything I say, I avoid using right and wrong and moral and ethical. All I'm saying is that what Luigi did is going to mathematically negatively impact all of our lives. So he has
Yeah, but why is it
harmed
negative though?
because
Who
because
is to say what is negative?
I am to say what is negative for me, because some uh, of the output of the economy now is going to have to go towards security, whereas before it was available to produce for my benefit. Security now doesn't produce me benefit, but now we have to waste for security, whereas before we didn't. So what Luigi did,
What if it benefits someone else? Would that be important?
no, security doesn't
So it's
benefit.
only important to you.
Well, all I am the judge. I don't know how else to judge positive and negative except for relative to someone. So
Interesting. That's okay. That's interesting. Tell me more about that because I just wanna understand. What if somebody else had a positive impact, even though you may have a negative view on how Luigi Mangione personally affected you? What if it positively affected somebody else? There, then would it change the negative connotation of this information?
but there is nothing positive. I don't see any positive impact. The impact is purely negative, because before we didn't need security and now we need security, and security is a pure negative. Security doesn't produce any benefit to society. It doesn't make an extra apple that I can eat or you can eat or anyone can eat. There's no extra cucumber because of security. Nothing has been produced for society to enjoy. So it's a pure negative, it's a pure waste. So what Luigi
What type
did,
of security?
security for the CEOs, security for, every high ranking, member of industry, of politics, of, like, people now are afraid. People on both sides of the political aisle, everywhere in the world, people are now on heightened alert, and they're going to be for, for the foreseeable future, and it's justified. But this is causing pure harm to everyone on the planet. So Luigi harmed everyone on the planet mathematically. This is a mathematical truth. Whereas,
You think security harms people, and
well,
you think it's a mathematical truth?
security does not produce an extra cucumber in the universe. Security doesn't produce an extra apple to this universe. Security doesn't produce any benefit, any tangible benefit. Security is a pure waste. So what Luigi did is incur a pure waste onto humanity. Luigi.
Security,
Mhm,
co- security allows
mhm.
for prevention of certain things. Now, I can put this in any analogy, but I'll just use farming for an example. If you have crop that you're growing
Mhm.
and you don't secure them, then they're liable to decrease in number when you're harvesting.
No, no, no.
If you do secure them,
No, no,
you
no.
can harvest more apples
No, no, no.
and you have continuous protection of the
No.
apples that you harvest.
No, no, no. Let's compare the universe to the day before Luigi versus the day after Luigi. The day before Luigi,
No matter what, you will be able to find some positive in any situation.
Show me.
And that's why I asked you, what
Show
if
me.
somebody else was positively impacted,
Show
even though
me.
you and maybe the majority were negatively impacted? But what if
Show
there
me.
was some positive?
Show me. Where is the
For
positive?
example, security for the future CEOs, they've learned that protection is a positive thing because it prevents a, a negative or a bad situation happening to the CEO. So that continuous protection is an effective is
Listen.
an effective.
No. Listen.
Yeah, I'm
So,
listening.
look. So a positive is an apple. A positive is a cucumber. A positive is ice cream, pizza, shoes, a movie. A positive is a good that I can consume, that you can consume. It's a doctor, medication, a needle, a hospital bed, a hospital building. It's something. Security does not produce any good that is tangible. The day before Luigi murdered the CEO, we did not incur the security that we do incur the day after Luigi. This expense for the security is it comes it's instead of these apples and cucumbers and hospital beds. It's one or the other.
Say the same thing
Okay,
about
you guys.
disinformation. That means
still
that
have one.
Okay,
I still have one more
here
question though.
wiser. Okay, I try to explain this to you multiple times. Let's give Frenchman a chance. Go on, Frenchman.
Yeah. So like earlier you said that you have no morality, right?
Yes.
What does that mean? Like, does that mean that if you saw a positive game, like let's say
You have
like somebody were to give you
you
$1
have
million.
background music. Maybe you can turn it down.
Oh yeah, let me just say one last thing before Frenchman continues, right?
But don't repeat the same.
Disinformation in itself
Bro,
would
I
also
have a
be
simple
something that
question.
doesn't have any
Hold on,
positive
Here,
ways.
wiser. Here,
I
wiser.
have a simple question. I
Go
want a
on,
simple
Frenchman.
answer.
Go on,
No.
Frenchman.
So what does it mean that you have like no morality? Like, what does that mean?
I don't understand the question.
So, like me, for example, like I think that killing people is wrong, right? Like morally wrong,
Mhm.
even though like there's no objective morality.
Mhm.
Right? So my subjective opinion.
Mhm.
Like, do you have that?
You think murder is wrong?
Yeah, subjective to my experience. Yeah.
Okay. Like, what do you mean murder is wrong? Explain to me murder is wrong. What does that mean?
I'm not trying to quantify it like objectively it's wrong. I mean like subjective.
I don't
Like
know.
that's what I'm getting like because
What is?
okay.
Mhm.
So I'm trying to ask you like,
Mhm.
are you willing to do any and everything to get ahead in this world, like a psychopath or something like that?
Well, it's
To get some head in this world? Hell yeah, dude.
well, I wouldn't say it's like a psychopath. I would say that it's not about me. It's like when I say that I don't believe in morality, that doesn't mean that I don't believe in morality. It means that I believe.
What?
It means that.
What does that mean?
Well, if you let me finish the sentence, you might hear
Go
the
ahead.
sentence. So when I say that I don't believe in morality, it doesn't mean only that I don't believe in morality. It means that I don't believe that anyone believes in morality, because there is no morality to be believed in. It's disinformation. For anyone to claim that they believe in morality, that's disinformation. That's just spreading a lie. That's just lying. If you claim,
I think religious people have a fair say, but like I'm talking about you because you said you don't have a morality,
Wait,
right? Like,
is it
that's what you
possible
said.
to
You didn't.
believe in things that are not true?
Hold on, because he said Mr. Slave said that he doesn't believe in morality. I mean, he doesn't have morality, right? Like,
I
what I
don't
mean
believe.
is that
I believe that morality does not exist.
Wait, Mr. Slave, is it possible for people to believe in incorrect things?
I don't think so. I don't see how. Like, do you think
Oh, okay.
people? Do you think people
So
can
wait.
believe? Do you think people can believe that 1 + 1 is 3? Do you think people have the
Yes.
capacity to really? You can believe.
Yes,
So
I do.
I don't think that's possible. I don't think that's possible.
What does the word belief mean to you, Mr. Slave?
Whatever it means. I mean, I don't think it's possible to
No,
believe.
I'm asking you what do you think that word means?
You know what it says in the dictionary. It's not like we.
No, what when you use the word belief, what does it mean? Because I don't know. It sounds like you're using a different definition of the word belief.
1 second. So you think it's possible for a person to believe 1 + 1
No,
is?
wait. I asked you a question. Why are you not answering my question?
I don't owe you. I'm not obliged. What obligates me
Okay,
to
well
answer?
then just say I'm refusing to engage with you. Is that what you're doing?
No, I'm not refusing to
Because we can
engage.
end the conversation here if you're just gonna stonewall me at every turn. Like how a conversation works is people ask each other questions and then people respond to those questions. That's like how normal people talk to one another. But you're like, I guess I'm just gonna ignore the question. Why would you do that?
Because you're asking me for a definition. So I don't know what to do
No,
with that.
I'm not asking you for a definition. I asked you, what does that word mean when you use it?
I don't know how to answer that question.
So, okay, you understand like the way we use words is the words like have meaning. We're trying to convey an idea to another person.
I'm not particularly enjoying the way you're talking to me right now. So you gotta.
Sure, I think we could make this more productive if you just like engage with me, right?
No,
When we talk,
no, you gotta be
one
nicer.
second. Wait, you're
No,
interrupting me, Mr. Slay.
but
Don't be
you're
rude.
being you're
Okay?
being mean. So you gotta stop it.
No, I'm not being mean. I'm actually being
Yes,
like
you
quite
are.
pleasant.
No, but
No, I'm not.
look. You're welcome to
Let's
define.
okay, wait, stop. We're not going to do a back and forth of you're being mean. We can just like make this a productive conversation. You said you don't think it's possible for people to believe things that are incorrect, right?
Correct.
So now I'm confused. Everybody is always just believing the correct thing all the time.
Yeah.
No one has ever been wrong. What are you saying? No one has ever acted on something incorrect before?
Correct.
No, so wait. Like, what would happen if someone was like, I don't know. They thought there was a piece of cake in their fridge, right? And they're like, I'm going to get up from my chair and go to the kitchen and open up the refrigerator so I can get a piece of cake. But then they open up the fridge and actually their roommate had eaten the cake an hour prior.
Mm-hmm.
So they believed, or what you're saying is they didn't actually believe there was cake in the fridge. While I believe they did believe there was cake in the fridge, they were just mistaken. So I don't understand your worldview, I'm going to be honest with you. You're saying it's impossible for that person to have believed there was cake in the fridge?
No, I mean, obviously, that's possible.
Wait. So you're reneging on your claim that it's possible for people to believe in things that are not true?
Well, like cake in the fridge, it's possible as like in that scenario, like you can get it wrong. Yeah. In that scenario, it's
Okay, so
possible.
it's possible to but we're not, I'm not actually just talking about this one scenario. I'm extrapolating that to like a bunch of scenarios, right? Like everyday life, like the beliefs people hold about a bunch of things.
So,
right?
like the belief,
like for the vast majority of human history, we thought, Earth was the center of the universe or the center of the solar system, right? That was
I don't
not
know.
true, right?
I don't know. I don't know enough about that. Like, but we can
Okay,
discuss.
what I'm confused about is you made the claim,
Mhm.
it's impossible for someone to believe in something that isn't true. Are you going to like recant that statement?
I
Because
don't
we just
remember.
proved that
I
that's
honestly, I don't
not true.
remember. I don't remember when I
You
said
said that
it.
not 2 minutes ago.
About what?
2 minutes ago.
About
Like we
what?
just started having this conversation.
Yeah,
Hmm.
you didn't let me.
Yo, you forgot what you forgot that you said that?
No, I forgot what we said it about. What was the context?
I believe the context was he was trying to ask you something about morality or something like that, bro.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Correct. You said you don't believe in morality, and you
Yeah.
think no one is able to believe in morality because morality isn't real.
Correct.
Oh yeah, that was it. Yeah.
And from that, you were like, yes, it's impossible for people to believe in things that are incorrect. But you just acknowledged that no, it is possible for people to believe in things that are incorrect.
Well,
if that's the case, someone having a moral framework that is incorrect, they could still believe in that, right?
No.
They could still act on it, right? Like people have acted on incorrect moral frameworks in the past, right?
No.
Like there are people that have like, done female genital mutilation, in service of their religion.
Yeah.
So unless you're saying they were like lying about believing in that, which
were
led them to
lying.
taking actions against certain groups of people.
Yeah, they were lying. Exactly. That's exactly what
Okay,
I'm
who are
saying.
they lying to? Who are they lying to?
What do you mean?
Who are they lying to?
Well, you asked me. You said they're lying.
Yeah,
so
I'm asking you, who are they? No, okay, you said they were lying, and I said, who are they lying to?
But you offered the explanation that you said unless they were lying. I said yes, they were lying. I said yes.
Okay.
You offered.
So who were they lying to?
Well, you offered the explanation.
No, you believe they were lying. No,
but
you believe they were lying.
offered.
Not a hero.
But you offered.
What do you mean I offered? What does that mean?
You said unless you suggest that they were lying. I said yes, they were lying.
And you do? Okay, and now I'm asking you, who were they lying to?
You tell me, what did you mean when you said they were lying?
No. Holy fuck. Do you believe they were lying,
Yes.
Mr. Slip? Okay, who are they lying to?
You tell me. Right? You're asking me a question.
Wait, how can you make the claim that someone is lying, but also not know who they're lying
How
to?
can you ask?
I didn't make the claim. I asked you, do you believe these people were lying?
So, but right, you're asking a question. The question, let's assume it's well defined. So you cannot ask me to define your question.
Mr. Slave, I'm gonna like outline this really simply. You were asked, hey, is this group of people lying? You said in the affirmative, yes, they are lying.
Yes.
I followed up and I said, who are they lying to? And then you're like, I don't know.
I'm gonna mute you.
Okay, that's how the conversation goes.
Well, you're misbehaving.
Well, this could be a bit productive though. Let's look at the initial question, which was,
if you don't even know who they're lying to, how can you make the
belief,
claim they were
right?
lying in the first place?
Okay, bro.
What
you
is your meaning of belief when you use that word?
Bro, I answered your question multiple times. Yes, Mr. Here Wiser.
So, Mr. Slave.
Yes.
What a retard! Holy shit!
You previously said disinformation is negative. What aspect of disinformation has a negative result? Is it purely just the disinformation, or would you say it's more the action that comes from disinformation?
I'm not sure I understand your question. So what I said was that if we compare the universe to the day before Luigi and the day after Luigi, so the day after Luigi, the universe has to now incur the cost of all the security measures. And this is a net negative on society. So Luigi mathematically harmed humanity. This is a mathematical truth. That's all I'm saying.
Why is that wrong?
What?
Why is that wrong?
I usually refrain from using right and wrong. I'm just saying Luigi harmed humanity. That's a mathematical truth. Mathematically, Luigi harmed humanity.
Alright. Uh, what is Luigi's Mangione's like backstory? Like, tell me about this guy.
He murdered the CEO of United Healthcare Insurance Company. He said that the health industry profits, and profit is bad, or something like that. So he thought that if he executes the CEO of a health insurance company, that this will benefit humanity. And I've proved mathematically that Luigi himself harmed humanity mathematically. He didn't do anything positive for humanity. He did something that is mathematically bad for humanity.
And what do you mean by harm in this situation?
Economic harm. If we compare the universe the day before Luigi to the day after Luigi, the universe the day after Luigi has to incur the cost of the security measures because of the actions taken by Luigi.
Wait, how old is Luigi?
26.
Okay, so 26. So that's like 10,000 days that he's been alive.
How's that
So,
relevant?
so the day before Luigi, the day after, like which one
No,
of
the
those
day
days?
before he executed the CEO of United Healthcare, I mean. He murdered, he assassinated the CEO of United Healthcare Insurance Company. And I'm saying by him assassinating this CEO, he caused now the whole planet basically to incur the cost of extra security. And this extra security is a pure net negative cost on the economy, on the welfare of humanity. So Luigi has mathematically harmed humanity.
So essentially, you would rather less security in economics based on the cost of security and the wastefulness of security. Is that correct?
I don't know
Correct.
exactly.
Or
Yes, Finland, you want to
correct
say
me
something?
on what part I got wrong.
I mean, I
So are
explained
you
it.
guys saying
Go on, Finland. Go on, Finland.
are you guys saying that he's a hero?
I'm not.
No.
No, I'm not. I
The
don't.
opposite. The opposite.
Who was the guy who said he was a hero? The other guy.
I don't think anyone here said he was a hero today or in the last, like in this session. I don't think anyone thinks Luigi is a hero.
But is he a terrorist?
I think he's a terrorist. Yes, I think he's a terrorist.
So you believe that what he did was to cause some kind of political movement?
Yes. I think that Luigi wanted to send a message, a political message. I mean, it's clear that he wanted to send a political message. He wanted to.
Are you sure it wasn't just him? Are you sure it wasn't just him doing it out of despite for the healthcare system?
I mean, his manifesto is straightforward. Like he
I know. I read the manifesto too, and it says that he did it because of the healthcare system. He
I don't,
didn't say because he wanted to do some kind of chain reaction after that. He did it because he hated the healthcare system, and that's it. That was his manifesto.
look, I'm not arguing that he is a terrorist. I mean, it's not critical for me right now to argue that point. I think it's more important to discuss the fact that he was disinformed and that what he did is a pure negative for humanity. There's nothing positive. There's no net positive for humanity in his action. It's a pure net negative, and there's nothing beneficial if we go around executing CEOs right now. And the fact that he executed a CEO, there's nothing positive that's going to come out of that. There's only pure
I
negative.
want to know. I want to know what did the healthcare system do to him or his family that pushed him to a point of murder? Did he lose so much money to healthcare somehow that it made him so miserable to have this only option of killing someone? I don't understand. What pushed him so? For me, like he looked like he had a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
So what was the issue?
Uh, I think that he is an ideologue. I don't think that he was personally harmed by the health insurance industry. I think this was ideology. I think that he was
So
yeah.
why did he want to risk it all? Like there has to be a reason why he was so confident to risk it all. He's in jail like for life. So wouldn't it have been more beneficial for him to just live his life quietly with all the money he has?
That's why the title of this room is that he was disinformed. He thought that by executing the CEO, he is going to be, Jesus. He's going to save humanity. He's going to improve humanity. He's going to deliver a message to humanity that will help humanity. Specifically, he's going to save the health insurance industry. He's going to modify it. He's going to improve it by executing it. The CEO. Now, the health insurance industry is going to be improved overnight, or there's going to be a conversation started, a chain reaction, at the end of which the universe will be a better place.
But here's the thing, no matter how big of a change happens, he has to understand that no matter what changes happen from his deeds, he's still gonna rot in a jail cell. It doesn't matter. He's not gonna eat good food. He's not gonna be treated as a king. He's gonna rot there for the rest of his life till the day he dies. And he doesn't get to see it. He doesn't get to see this change. It's over for him. So why even like no matter what, why not just live his life like a king in the public like all of us, right? Why rot in a jail cell? It's not worth it.
Well, so he thinks that he's Jesus. He has a Jesus complex. He thinks that it's worth it. He thinks maybe it's even worth it to die in order to save humanity from the profits of the health insurance system. He thinks profits are so evil that it's, maybe he believes that Jesus himself will now take him by his side because he's so terrific. Jesus was
Yeah.
basically a communist, so Luigi might be a communist and might think that that Jesus and God, the heaven is basically for communists. So that might be an explanation. But
If you told that to Christians, they would shout at you.
a lot of people, a lot of soldiers go to war to defend their country, and they die, in defense of their country, of their homeland. So, that's maybe what he was thinking, that he's going to give his life so that we have a better life. Also, maybe he didn't think that he's going to get caught. Maybe he thought there's a low probability of getting caught. Also, there's a good probability that he's going to walk. He's going to be free because the jury is very sympathetic to his cause. There's a good chance of jury nullification, that he might be able to walk free.
I mean, here's the thing. I bet that CEO's life was worth more than his life, right? Because he's a CEO. He worked to be in that position to be called a CEO. So he's like, when we talk about money and achievements, the CEO's life is way more worth than Mangione's.
Yeah, but Mangione
It,
doesn't care. Mangione only looks at Mangione. Mangione only wants
no, I mean, if he can walk even after killing somebody who's way more worth than himself, it wouldn't make sense.
Well, that's
because that would encourage people to just go out there and kill more people if
well,
they can walk.
the legal system allows for Luigi to walk free even after all of this. Even after a trial, Luigi has, not, it's, I would say, 10-20% chance of being a free person after this trial. I would say there is a non-zero chance of jury nullification, of a jury saying, we don't care what the law says, we support Luigi. I think you just need one juror to want jury nullification. He doesn't have to convince the rest of them. He just have to create a hung jury once, twice, and that's it. After a second hung jury, you're not going to get a third trial. So
Wait, was it really? I remember the guy in the subway guy who choked
Penny.
the black guy.
Yeah, Penny. I don't know how Penny walked. I think Penny was
He
innocent.
walked exactly how you said.
I don't think
Yeah,
there
but
was
he walked because
nullification. Oh, it was hung?
one juror said, sorry?
Fine. I mean, the legal system allows. You're asking, why did Luigi take a chance? So Luigi, there's plenty of motivation. There's plenty of incentive for Luigi to do this. If Luigi walks, he's going to get a lot of chicks lined up to bang him. So he's going
I
to be
know.
right. So he took everything into account, and he said, okay, it's worth it. He's going to be the
No,
next.
but you said
Mhm.
you said if one juror says no, he's not guilty, then he gets to walk.
No, that's a hung jury. Then they would probably have. Then it's up to the prosecutor if he wants to retry. But you don't. You would probably, a prosecutor would not try 3 times. Like, if you would get a hung jury the second time, you would probably not go for a third time, because prosecutors usually want to go into politics. And if you lose and lose and lose, you end up being called a loser, and that's going to harm your political aspirations.
There, I just posted in the chat. There was
Mhm.
200 women that were in his court supporting him.
Yeah, women love mass murderers, unfortunately. Women go for assassins and murderers and criminals. It's the bad boy. It's the ancient bad boy trope. Women love bad boys, unfortunately. That's the nature. That's the nature of the beast. That's what we have to deal with.
That's the way. That's a very. There has to be a deeper meaning, deeper reason why they like people like that. I don't accept the fact that they're killers. I just That's like undermining the intelligence of a woman, right? As much as I don't see them much, I have to admit that they are intelligent beings and they have to have some kind of emotional, some logical reason to go for men like this. I just don't know what it is.
Women are
I,
also
I
into
just don't know
guys
what
who
it
are
is.
like women are into tough men, like guys who are gangsters, tough men. It's just like something about I think the masculinity they attracted to. Even I'm attracted to tough men.
Yeah.
No, I feel like it's more of them that women like men that they get intimidated by, right? Fear is a factor that turns women on. And I feel like Killer, I don't know what, but maybe killers intimidate them. They make them fear for their lives. That's why they get attracted to people like that.
So
You
I
know, for
posted
example, like
I
So
posted a
basically,
link
I have to.
posted a link in the side chat. There's a good Yale course
oh,
about,
that's a good one. I haven't
yeah.
actually watched it.
So he explains a lot of the evolutionary psychology, what we inherited from the chimps, how
Yeah.
women are like female chimps are attracted to violent male chimps. Like a male chimp can walk up to a female chimp, grab her child, murder her child in front of her eyes, and her reaction will be to walk away with that chimp and be his wife.
And also like in the animal kingdom, the man is always a hunter and gatherer. You don't see the female. Yeah.
Anyway, it's
But
common.
my issue here is the fact that Luigi used a gun, a tool, to empower himself. Why do women get attracted to that over a man who doesn't need to stoop down to weapons to show his power? For example, in the fitness industry, right? Women tend to get attracted to women get attracted to men who use steroids more than men who don't use steroids. It's ridiculous. I don't understand what goes through their head, but why do they get attracted to people who essentially cheat their power-ups? Right? This is the only psychology I don't understand.
Okay,
What goes through their head?
it's good questions. We can go into that, but right now, what I'm more curious to to discuss is Luigi and the disinformation that is prevalent in our society that motivated him to destroy his life and Brian Thompson's life and our lives. So we're just we swim in a ocean of disinformation by people like Luigi who end up spreading more disinformation. It's like everyone you listen to, not everyone, but most people you hear on YouTube discuss Luigi. They support Luigi. Like the support for Luigi is much more prevalent than negative reactions to him. Everyone agrees, or most reactions are that what he did is a net positive for humanity, for the health system. You know.
I'm
So.
gonna be honest.
Hmm.
That's It's only in the liberal side. Like for example, remember when Trump was shot, and the same kind of people who support Luigi also supported the fact that oh, it's so cool that he got shot. That's the only people who are misinformed. I
Well,
honestly, I honestly don't think it's even misinformation. It's just in their personality to enjoy that. It's an entertainment for them.
no,
That's their fabric of life. That's how they want to
no,
live.
no. I don't think Luigi did what he did. I mean, Luigi did what he did because he truly believes in this disinformation. He is captured by this disinformation. He watched
So wait a second.
movies.
What about the
Hmm.
So you're telling me the guy who shot Trump in the ear didn't wasn't the same? I mean, he was misinformed, right? He thought that he would be Jesus. He would be a hero for doing it.
I don't know
And look,
about
it's
that
the
guy.
same. It's the same, man. I'm telling you.
I don't know. No, Luigi is, as far as I know, it's completely different. Luigi is a communist, disinformed by communists, by communism. He explicitly speaks against profit. So he's an anti-capitalist. This is as pure communism as we've ever seen. This is pure
But aren't
commun.
aren't all liberals anti-capitalists?
Yeah, but Luigi is different. Luigi is different than anyone else we've seen acting. This is
Really? I mean, when I saw Luigi, I was like, oh, he's one of those Trump shooter type of guys. I really didn't think. Honestly, I don't know why people talk about him. I just saw him once in the news and I clicked away and moved on with my life. I really didn't care.
no,
I
no,
only came back when once I started to hear like TikTok girls talking about Luigi, and I was like, what? He's not even attractive.
no.
I don't know what.
Luigi is different because Luigi executed the CEO of a health insurance company, and a lot of people support that action. A lot of people feel that that is a good thing, that what he did is going to have a positive um, effect on humanity.
And you think killing Trump wouldn't have positivity to the liberals?
Wh- What? What do I
Do
think?
you think the
hmm
liberals won't be happy if Trump died?
I think,
You know what I mean?
yeah, but you didn't see this type of reaction when Trump was attempted assassination. You
It
didn't.
was way worse. It was way
No,
worse.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Man, you weren't watching the news. The
I
liberals were crying on TikTok, on YouTube Shorts. Oh, why didn't the bullet hit him? They
Okay.
were crying, literally crying.
Okay, but I don't think that's as dangerous as Luigi. What Luigi did and the positive emotions around Luigi are, I think, by far more dangerous than around Trump's attempted assassination.
No, no, Mr. Slave, Mr. Slave. Trump is the most famous person on earth.
But
Luigi is a nobody, and the CEO is a nobody. We wouldn't have
no,
known about them, right? Trump
no.
is the most famous person on this planet.
Yes,
If he would
yes.
have died,
I
I mean, you didn't
no,
see the news, man.
no. What I'm saying is that the most dangerous thing for humanity, for civilization, is is communism, and what Luigi represents is communism, and that's more dangerous than assassinating Trump,
That's not.
in my
Oh my God.
opinion. Well, in my opinion, nothing is as dangerous as communism.
So you're telling it's more dangerous to assassinate a nobody versus somebody who is well known by everybody?
It doesn't. It's not that how important. I'm not saying that Trump is less important than the CEO or less famous. I'm saying that the attempted assassination of Trump is not motivated by communism. Certainly
It's
not.
mod. Then what is it motivated by?
I'm saying certainly not compared to Luigi. Luigi is much more of the pure form of communism and Marxism. Look at his manifesto. It's
Liberals are Marxist and well, not I wouldn't say all communists, but I say they're Marxist. Liberalism is the definition of or part of Marxism.
ah, mm, mm, look.
Dude, we can go ask anybody in this Discord server, and they're gonna say that killing Trump is much more dangerous.
I don't think
A
so.
president, a
I
leader
I
of a
understand.
country is more
I
dangerous than a
I understand.
CEO.
I understand. I don't think so. I don't think that you can compare the these two actions. I'm not saying that what Luigi did is more or less dangerous. I'm saying communism is much more dangerous than the attempted assassination of Trump, or even a successful assassination of Trump is not as dangerous as communism. And I'm not saying that what Luigi did is going to cause communism. I'm just saying what Luigi did, the essence of it is communism. And the essence of Trump assassination is not communism. I'm just saying communism.
Here's the thing.
Hmm.
Here's the thing. You keep telling communism, communism, communism.
Hmm.
It really doesn't matter if it's communism or not. We have to understand what is the more dangerous outcome. Is killing a CEO more dangerous? No, because that would just have a
I'm
few
not.
juries to tell
I'm.
you to go to jail and that's it.
I'm not.
But if you kill Trump, you got the whole country destroying everything. You
I'm
got
not.
assassinations going all over the country.
Oh,
That's
we
basically comparing January 6th to BLM
I'm
riots.
not. I'm not. It's not critical for me right now to discuss what's more dangerous, what's more devastative. That's not my point. That's I'm not even curious about that. I don't think that assassinating Trump would have would have destroyed civilization. I don't think that what Luigi did is going to destroy civilization. I just think that the motivation of Luigi is very dangerous, is the most dangerous. This is the venom that will ultimately destroy humanity. It is communism. Whereas Trump's assassination
Okay,
is not
okay,
motivated by
okay.
communism.
Okay,
Mhm.
then say that communism is the most dangerous. Don't say Luigi. Don't add Luigi into it.
Um,
Luigi is just a nobody.
Luigi is a nobody, sure. I'm saying we need to discuss the disinformation that caused Luigi to act. That's what's dangerous. This disinformation, this is called communism. That's what we need to discuss. I don't care about Luigi. Of course not. I care
So
about.
what's the solution?
Well, there
What is the
is.
solution to communism?
Ultimately, there is no solution. Ultimately, we have to face the fact that sooner or later we're on borrowed time. Sooner or later, humanity will fall to communism, and that will be the end of humanity. That will be the end of civilization. But for now, we can just discuss it. We can just, look at pure evil. Look at it, and just appreciate it for how dangerous it is. You can look at a snake before it bites you and kills you.
Or you can grab it from the throat
No,
and
it's
kill it.
no, you can't. You can never destroy communism. It's hopeless. I mean, we can fight it. We can delay the inevitable, but we're on borrowed time. Obviously, we're going to lose. Right? So we can keep winning against communism, but communism doesn't need to win every time. It just needs to win once. We as free
Here's the
market.
thing.
Hmm.
Here's the thing. The reason why communism keeps expanding is because good people are not doing anything about it. That's why we're called good people, because good people are not fighting it. They don't care. They want to live peacefully, and they expect if they don't bother um, changing anything, that's what they get. But good people, bad exists in this world is because good people don't do anything about it. And it's as
No,
simple as that. We let it happen. We let slippery slopes happen.
no,
It's because good people think it's a sin to
No,
say something back.
no, no. I think
That is
it's
how it is, my friend.
no. I think it's much worse than that. I think that it's a mathematical inevitability that communism will.
No, 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 no. I'm not talking out of my ass. I'm telling you, communism did not exist 1,000 years ago. It didn't exist. It's because good people did something. But now, since we live in a government-controlled society where we have a set of rules, there's consequences, right? And good people think, or maybe they're right. Good people think that if they do something, they're gonna end up damaging their reputation in some way, go to jail, and yada yada, so on. There's consequences for people like us. That's why it doesn't make sense for Luigi to walk free. We just don't understand. Good people know this, but they don't understand why people like Luigi get to walk. It's just good people don't do the things that are necessary. That's how
What
slippery
what
slopes happen.
what would you like the good people to do against communism?
It's very simple, right? Back in the day, when there were witches or leaders or kings, in the times of the kings and the what's a knight, when the times of the baroque times, that when there were knights, princesses, and kings, when they didn't like what the king did, or if there was injustice happening, what happened was that people took all their weapons, which were farmer tools and this and that. They had like a torch in the hand, and they walked in and they fought the king, and eventually they they destroyed everything and kicked the king out. It's it's when they unite, not the government or the king can stop them. But in the modern times, we're all individuals. We want to do things alone. We are not, the good people don't unite
What would you
to
like
create a group to fight back.
what would you like the good men to do against communism?
Just like what the bad people do. If something unjust happens, we riot. We show them that they should fear us. We have to spread fear. We have to show them that just because you do something and you walk doesn't mean there are no consequences. Like, for example, Black Lives Matter, right? A cop killed or allegedly killed a black man on the floor by
So
stepping on his neck with his knee.
so one
They
second.
started to destroy everything, spreading
One second.
fear.
One
We
second.
should do the same.
Yeah, I look. So I can let's take Discord for example. Let's take me here on Discord for example. So I'm here talking to people as mildly as I can, as nicely as I can. I'm trying to actually convince people of what I've become convinced of. Other people,
Maybe you're convinced. Maybe you're convinced because you didn't see any action from the good people. I'm convinced communism is taking over. I'm saying exactly what you're saying. But I'm saying if we do something about
one
it,
one
communism
second,
cannot beat us.
one second. So look, I can use violence on Discord. I can talk to people and shame them. Like I debate people. I debate communists and I can shame them. But un, I don't know, fortunately or unfortunately, the facts and the evidence and the mathematics and the logic are on my side. So I can just use what we call facts and logic and science in order to win a debate. So I don't need to use shame and violence. I just don't need it. The other side, the communists, they don't have science and facts and evidence. They can only use violence. So you're saying let's resort to violence just like they resort to violence, even though we have the advantage of facts and logic.
Facts and logic doesn't work against violence. Violence, to beat a monster, you have to become a monster. That's how it is. But good people are called good people because they don't want to, and they can become monsters, but they don't want to become monsters.
But
Like I said, bad
what do you
evil
do?
exists in this world because good.
What do you do? Right, when I debate people, I'm open-minded to learning. Maybe I'm wrong. Now, if I use violence, I'm I'm giving up.
But that's a different thing.
It's
That's a different thing.
but
You're debating. You're doing something diplomatically. Violence is the opposite of
but if
diplomacy.
I but
Violence is a
but listen, but
Violence is power.
okay.
Diplomacy is
Hold
intelligence.
hold on, hold on. Look, if I use violence instead of logic, then I'm not going to learn. The reason they don't have facts and logic is because they use violence. They shut themselves from reality. They they have an agenda. I mean, the difference between me and them is that I was them, and then I used facts and logic. The more I used facts and logic, the more I became a capitalist. But I started out
But
from I was them. I was a communist.
in order to teach the bull anything, you have to first calm it down. If a bull is coming at you, you have to tire it out, and to
So
tire it out, you have to use
so what do
violence,
you
and you
want?
have to win.
What do you
And
want? What do you
once
want me
the
to
bull is
do?
tired,
Fine. Well,
then it
okay, okay,
listens.
okay. It's a nice analogy. What do you want me to do? Use violence when I talk to communists? Shame them?
No,
You think that's gonna
no.
work?
And first of all, you can't do it alone, right? When you need you need all of the people to do something about it. You cannot have a few people to change the way. You cannot calm the people down. You have to, like I said, you have to spread fear. You have to let them know that there are consequences for their actions. We live in a society where we try to create peace and safety and quality
Okay.
of life.
All right.
If
Look,
they do
we
not
can.
follow the rules,
Okay.
there are
Okay.
consequences.
Okay. Look. So right now, Luigi is learning. Everybody is learning that there's consequences. Is that going to change their minds? I don't know. I don't
No,
know.
of course it
Maybe.
is.
Okay.
If Luigi stays in jail forever, it's gonna put fear in all the bad people that, hey, you have two choices. Either do something bad and sacrifice your whole quality of life in a jail cell, in a small little jail cell, and eat shit for the rest of your life, or you live like a normal functioning human being in the society and you can live like a king.
But you
You have two choices, and
realize
I can promise
you
you,
realize that he might walk free. There's a good chance
I
he
know.
walks
And
free.
if the government doesn't put consequences in his actions, then the
How?
normal people of every day will.
But we
And that's the
but
consequence.
at the end of the day, we're on the side of law and order. If law and order dictates that the murderer walks free, I don't know what to do. I mean,
And
we're
now you're repeating what I'm saying. The reason why evil exists in this world is because the good people of this earth
so you
won't do
want
anything
me
about it.
so you want me to to hurt an innocent person? He's innocent legally. If let's assume legally he's innocent, legally a jury, we have jury nullification and they set him free. What do you want me to do then? Kill him?
So, like I said, if you're a good person, you probably will tell yourself, "No, I'm too much of a pussy to do anything about it." But if you want something to change, if you don't want communism to take over, then you cannot rely on the government to do the justice. You know that he did something bad. You know murder is evil. Murder is a human rule that's above the government. If he has killed somebody in cold blood,
So
government The
But
rules of the universe is above the law,
look,
and you know
I
he did something wrong, so
what do you
you take it
so,
in your own
okay?
hands.
What do you mean take it? That's what he did. So what's the difference between me and him?
Well,
Okay,
well, exactly. I told you, if you want to be the monster, you have to become a monster yourself.
but if I am the monster, then the monsters take over. What's the point?
No, here's the thing: the monster take over until the government realizes, okay, we will take over. We will not give exceptions to the rule. We will decide that the government learns from their mistake. If they see two groups fighting each other, they realize, okay, next time there won't be another Luigi Mangione walking on the street after the jury says. We will give real consequences. Right now, the government is not good. The government is not just. If Luigi Mangione walks after that, then the problem is the government. We have to teach the government a
Look,
lesson. You
I
doing
can tell
something bad
you,
to
I'll tell you something. Look, if this is what happened with OJ. So OJ walked, but they sued him in civil court and they destroyed him in civil court. So if Luigi walks criminally, he is still liable in a civil court. And in a civil court, you don't have to prove beyond whatever doubt. There is like reasonable doubt. It's not the same level of scrutiny. So they would probably, most likely, they would win and they would destroy him financially. So he would never get off. He would never get on his feet again. That's the. I mean, I think it would take care of itself. Plus, anyway, look, that's not
sure
the point.
if that's
I
their
don't
way
think
of making.
I don't think that, like, what you're saying is let's be more violent. If you want to be more violent, then run for, run democratically and we'll vote you in as a more violent, as a more tough on communist leader, right? We can do it democratically. There's no reason for you to go against the democracy and be like a vigilante or extra legal. Like you can just run democratically and tell the public, listen, vote for me, I'll be tough on crime, run as whatever you want, and then be tough on crime, including do whatever you want to Luigi after the fact. I mean, as long as you do it legally. I mean, otherwise you become a dictator. You become a Hitler.
I know,
Is that
I know,
why?
and sometimes I mean, to before I say this, I that's what I'm trying to say. But the thing is, in order for me to be voted in the government, right, we have to first spread fear. I'm not gonna be
But
voted if
every
over
dictator,
half of the people love people like
every
Luigi.
every
They're not. They're
dictator,
not gonna.
every dictator went down that path and ended up as a ruthless dictator over their people. As far as I know, that's what happens to every dictator. If you think it through, you'll see that you're going to have no other choice except for to be oppressive. You will become an oppressive regime. You don't have any other
But,
alternative once you walk down
mhm.
that path. And there's
But
no
here's the issue
return.
between in this debate. This is where we disagree. You think dictators are bad. I say
No,
dictators are good.
I'm not judging. What do you mean? I don't know a dictator which dictator is good? Name one
North
dictator.
Korean dictator is good.
No,
Russia. Well, I wouldn't say
no,
Putin is a dictator, but I would say he is good.
no.
North
North
Korean
Korea.
dictator is good.
No, North Korea is
He's
star.
especially good. He's my favorite dictator.
No, no. He is the
Okay,
very.
then we disagree. We have to disagree. I mean, hey, you said communism will take over, and no, it won't, because in North Korea
North
there's no such
Korea
thing as
is
communism.
communism. That is
No,
like
no, North
when
Korea is
I
not
say
communist.
When I say communism is bad because it will destroy humanity, it will destroy civilization, what I have in mind is it will we will become North Korea. North Korea
So
is
you're
the
okay. Let's compare North Korea to America. Women don't sleep around. There's no school bullies. There's no humiliation. There's nothing.
why are
All that
you
maybe their
then
freedom has been
why
restricted.
hold on
Their
then
freedom has been
hold
restricted,
on
but they're
hold
living
on
a very clean life.
hold on then why are you not moving to North Korea?
Because I'm a degenerate. I don't deserve a country like that.
No, that's not a good answer.
And first of all, even if I did want to go to North Korea, they won't allow me.
Oh,
You can't just walk into North Korea
no, no, no,
as a
no,
foreigner.
no, 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 no. So no, yeah, you're talking to someone who already went through and filed the paperwork to move to North Korea. So if you don't, if as long as you're not
And
moving to North
so
Korea,
wait. Do you have the visa? Do you have the Korean North Korean visa?
no, I mean, I didn't
Exactly, because you couldn't get it.
look. The point, look, if you really thought North Korea is so terrific, you would have moved to North Korea already. The fact that you have not moved to North Korea, that's evidence that you don't believe that North Korea is so terrific. No, North Korea is hell on earth. North Korea, from the people, from what we know from the people that managed to escape North Korea, North Korea is hell on earth. So when I say communism, I mean North Korea. If I didn't think it could get as bad as North Korea, I wouldn't worry as much.
And by the way, you're talking to somebody who has a visa for South Korea, so I think I know more about Korean than you.
The point is,
I'm moving to South Korea.
but you're
I'm
not,
moving to South Korea next year.
but you're not moving to North Korea. So when you move to
Yeah,
North
but you did the file work and you didn't get the visa. So who's the
Look,
winner of this debate?
it doesn't matter.
You
Look,
tell me.
no,
You
look,
did the file
if
work,
you
and I
okay,
ask you, did you get the
if
visa? You didn't get it.
look, if you really felt that North Korea is so terrific, you would move to North Korea. That's all I want to say, right? So you obviously,
Wait. Why do I have to move there?
if you feel it's so terrific, you would have moved to North Korea.
First of all, imagine like this. Imagine like this. Financially, for marriage, for everything. Do you think I want to marry a North Korean woman? No. Do you think I'll get a lot of money in North Korea? Probably not. What benefit do I get from going North Korea except of
Okay,
living
look,
a
the
clean,
point.
pure life?
Okay, look, at the end of the day, you obviously don't appreciate North Korea above any other place on earth. You're not moving to North Korea. So you don't
I
appreciate
appreciate
it.
Russia. I appreciate
Okay,
China.
all
I
right.
appreciate North Korea.
You don't. If you would appreciate any of these, you would have moved there. So you don't really appreciate these places.
I had a visa for China as well.
But you haven't moved there.
My girlfriend was from China.
Fine, but you're not moving. But let's talk about North Korea. Let's not move the goalpost, right? You're not moving to North Korea. You don't plan on moving to North Korea. You would rather live literally any other place on earth before you would move to North Korea. I would name any place on earth that you would rather live.
That is false. That is false. That is false.
Because when you move to North Korea, you're not coming out. North Korea is a one way path.
I don't want to come out. Why would I
Okay,
want to come out of North Korea?
fine. Look, anyway,
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm moving to South Korea. Do you really think I'm gonna come out of there? No, I'm gonna live the rest of my life there.
fine.
I'm not gonna move to America. I'm not gonna go to any other country because all of them have the things that I don't want to have, right? They have communism. I don't want that. I want to move in a peaceful country
So
where there
you
is
so North
a loving
so
environment.
you think North Korea is not communism?
Let me Google the definition of communist.
I gotta
Give me
go.
one
I mean,
second.
I want to go. I feel like
No, don't run
I
away. You
gotta
started
go.
the topic.
No, no, no. I didn't think that we're gonna get boggled down with North Korea. That's like the last thing I expected you to say is that North Korea is not communism. So it's a different topic. We can have a discussion on a different day on this different topic. Let me.
Where do you have to go? It's not even late where you're at.
No, you don't know that. Okay, I sent you a friend
I
request.
know you're from. I know you're from Europe. I know you're from Europe.
You don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
I can hear it from your accent. You're
It
from Europe.
doesn't matter. Anyway, I gotta go.
All right.
I've been here for a very long time. Anyway, thank you for the talk. I'll catch you next time.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, bye. Oh my god. Oh, Gnostic Judas communists aren't against profit. Okay, we can have a discussion on a different day. Right now, my brain is cooked. I'm cooked. When was this? This was a very long time ago. This was like 2 hours ago, 2.25 hours ago. I missed your text. Anyway, thank you everyone for listening. Let me see. Did we get the audio? I think so. All right. Good talks. All right. See you next time. Wait, let me just fix the chat. So, what did we discuss? We discussed Luigi Mangione was. Let me move the mouse away. Disinformed. North Korea is communist. Luigi Mangione is a communist. That's it. All right. Let's maybe add debates. All right. Okay, everyone. See you next time.